What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's finally over. The transfer window has closed. Wow. Chelsea have made their money. We have acquired players, sold players, and today we're pretty much going to summarize the transfer window that happened, see some of these moves, what we think of him, and at the end of all that, we're going to do our Premier League predictions, because since the transfer window is done, it's safe to say all the teams are completed pretty much for the most part, unless there's moves for Saudi or Turkey, which doesn't happen very often. I mean, it could still happen, but I don't expect too many moves to be made on that behalf. And yeah. We'll go on the rest of the season with the Casually Chelsea show as per usual scheduled. This isn't a transfer only show. This is a show that we have year round because there's always news to talk about Chelsea, and I enjoy talking about Chelsea, and you guys enjoy tuning in. So big up to everyone who's tuning in right now. Smash up the like if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe because we're only about 20 something away from our 3K mark. We're so close. You can just taste the victory right there. So if you haven't done so already, guys, help us out by subscribing. Maybe even share the podcast or the YouTube video over to Twitter or wherever you like to share, or show a friend, whatever. It helps out the channel, get more people to view the channel and tune in. And no matter what you're doing, thanks for tuning in. Keep us in the background. We'll keep you entertained. And yeah, we'll fill you in on everything that happened in the last 48 hours since the last show. Lastly, check out the links in the description. Leave a comment down below, your thoughts on everything we're discussing, the Osimhen saga especially. And check out the memberships. 4 different tiers starting at 99p. I'm accompanied here by CP. We have Real Chris coming in later, and maybe a few other people coming in as well. And I am your host, Casually FC, Marshalldbdx. And let's get this show on the road, and we'll start off with our first bit of transfer news. Our goalkeeper, Petrovic. Well, our goalkeeper, but Sanchez is the goalkeeper now. Petrovic to Strasbourg. Here we go. Ladies and gents, this is going to be a here we go show, because we're going to just talk about all the moves that happened in the very last minute of the window, starting with Petrovic. So here we got Chelsea official. Georgi Petrovic has completed a season-long loan move to Strasbourg.
Huh?
How many fucking loans can Strasbourg possibly have? It's insane. We've loaned everything to Strasbourg. Andre Santos got loaned to Strasbourg. Caleb Wiley got loaned to Strasbourg. Georgi Petrovic got loaned to Strasbourg. Are we missing anyone? Did anyone else get loaned?
You can only loan out three to one club max. That's why.
That's crazy. So yeah, we loaned out 3 to Strasbourg. We maxed it out. This is, it's a little bit of a bittersweet one for me with Petrovic, because I like the player. I think he's better goalkeeper overall than Robert Sanchez. And I kind of wish he's actually a good personality in the locker room too, from what I can tell. So it stinks that he kind of got the short end of the stick this transfer window in terms of like not being able to stay at Chelsea. It would have been nice to see him develop. It would have been nice to see him, flourish under Maresca's system, I'm sure, because I'm sure he can become that ball playing center back that Maresca's looking for. It's a damn shame he wasn't given a chance to do it, but this is the cutthroat method of Clear Lake, where if they don't think you're good enough, then you just don't make it, or if your wages get in the way or whatever, then they cut you. I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. Maybe we can get a better goalkeeper than Petrovic down the line. Hopefully, in the next summer, we fix up on the keeper situation, potentially fix up on the striker situation we'll discuss, and maybe work on the center back situation. Who knows? We might not even need to go into the window for the center back. We might have one already in the ranks. We're just waiting for them to develop. But Curry, do you have any opinion on the Petrovic situation?
I think this is a decent loan, because if the season turns out decent and we get top 4 or 5th, then Maresca should be staying in. Petrovic is not good enough ball playing. He's pretty decent saving except for his near post, but this is good development for him. So yeah, because the Strasbourg coach is also very possession based as well, because we're gonna have that like unified system that we talked about like I think
Yeah.
a month ago. So then he would be learning to be a ball playing goalkeeper. So it's a good experience to have that won't cost us. So he can have that experience there, and then if he's good next to it, then that's great.
That's a good point, actually, that you brought up. Because maybe this is just hopium on my half, but like, do you see a world where if things go really well for him at Strasbourg and he really adapts to this ball playing, goalkeeping role at Strasbourg? Because that is true. We did get a manager that does possession based football and all that stuff in Strasbourg. Big up, Winter Surfer. Do you reckon that if he improves on that department, he could have a chance to come back at Chelsea?
No, let's be honest here.
Okay.
It's not that.
It's
If
just-
anyone's gonna replace Sanchez, it's gonna be probably Jorgensen.
Okay.
That's about it. I think this is just, we got this guy for like 12 million pounds.
It was
So,
pretty
or
cheap.
even
Yeah.
less than that, and we can easily sell them all. So,
Yeah, for
fair
sure.
profit.
Winter Surfer, you got any thoughts on the Petrovic loan? It's bittersweet for me, I'll be honest. I kind of wish he stayed.
Yeah, I
Kind of
mean,
wish he was our first keeper.
I'm not with this. I'm not with this modern day. Let's see how good with their feet first before they save crap. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted That's why I wanted Marshalldbdx, but that's not how the coach wants it. So unfortunately, he doesn't have the requirements of what they're looking for in a ball playing goalkeeper. He's just not it. I mean, he's the best goalkeeper he was the best goalkeeper at the club. I know he sort of fell off at the end of the season, some mistakes coming in, but and that's not saying he's great or anything like that, but he was the best goalkeeper at the club. But he just can't play with the ball. So that's what he's at. Unfortunately, that's the modern day thing now. Goalkeepers are judged more on their passing ability than their saving ability. So that's just what it is.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be missed. I hope he has a good loan at Strasbourg, and hopefully he finds a good, move after that, a permanent move to a good club, and he becomes a good goalkeeper, and maybe we get some good money off of him too. But that's Petrovic right there. Let's go on to the next signing that I wanted to talk about. Not really a signing. The next player that didn't end up getting a signing. All you guys just came in at the same time. It's crazy. Big up, guys. David Datro Fofana stuck at Chelsea. So he had a few moves that didn't come to fruition. It's a damn shame. And now that we don't really have a new striker, I'm curious as to what's going to happen to his future. I doubt he's going to come to the first team. Doesn't make sense that it doesn't make sense that we don't try him at the first team, but it is what it is. Another player that I wish I saw more of, because I thought he had some potential. But here we go. Mike McGrath saying David Datro Fofana could be a late mover with Sunderland willing to move for the Ivory Coast International. This is the rumors going around during the window while it was open. And then after the fact, we have here Nazar Kinsella reporting that David Datro Fofana was one of the multiple Chelsea players who saw moves collapse last night amid talks with Sunderland and Hoffenheim. One of those where Chelsea may have ran out of time to complete paperwork. Moves to Greece, Turkey, Netherlands, Portugal, and Saudi Arabia are now considered. As far as I'm aware, Turkey and Saudi are still open. Portugal and Greece, Netherlands? I don't think they're open anymore, are they?
Portugal is. I think. I don't know about Holland.
Yeah. This is another good reply tweet here. Kind of shows all the moves that happened. We did a lot of outgoings. A lot of outgoings. Not all of them are permanent, but there's a lot of outgoings that happened. The few that didn't, Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, Cassidy, Angelo, Fofana, Washington, which we'll go over some of those as well. But yeah, it stinks for Fofana. Would you guys be willing to try him out in the first team, considering, we didn't get our striker?
No, there's no room.
I mean, it's kind of true, but it's true.
I'd say I
There's
would.
no room in
if
the
there
attack.
I'd say, yeah, if there was room, I would, but there just isn't room, unfortunately.
There's no room.
Yeah. It's another one that's unfortunate, didn't work out. I mean, again, it could have been purchased just for a profit, to be honest, because we didn't spend that much money on him. It's a very, very cheap player that we purchased, and is another flip, kind of like Petrovic. So
I would personally, to be honest. And put Gio on loan in Portugal, because I'm sorry, that man presses well, but holy shit, he cannot shoot. He is so unlucky with this shit. It's been happening since preseason. It's like he fumbles, he gets a close to a clear chance, and it just goes away. I would play this Datro Fofana for Conference League games, especially in the group stages, compared to Gio. Especially to Gio.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, Gio is raw. He needs to improve his finishing. In my Chelsea, I would put Fofana in over Gui and have Gui just take a loan. He needs time to develop. He's only 18. Fofana is not that much older, but Fofana has at least shown me a little bit of, well, he has experience. He played at Burnley, didn't have a good stint over at Union Berlin, but he had a good one at Burnley. So I don't know.
There's no point having this conversation. He's behind Jackson, Gui, and Cuckoo, Felix, and potentially Jadon Sancho for that middle position, who could play there as well as a false nine, and even sometimes Palmer. There's no point having this conversation. He has no chance of starting, and not even League Cup games. He has no chance whatsoever starting any games.
This is true. So that being said, actually,
the idea of Datro Fofana is he's not going to play for this club. There's no point having this conversation. He is never going to play for this club. Never.
You're just a profit player, to be honest.
Yep.
That's what it seems like.
Yep.
How much did we pay for Dutch Fofana anyway?
I don't remember.
10 mil?
It's about 5-7 million, something like that.
Yeah.
No. It was 12. It was 12 from Norway. It was 12 million from Norway.
Yeah, it was around 10 anyway.
Still no.
I mean, I look at Dutch Fofana. I think he's worth about 20 million, roughly. I think he gets 20 million for him. He's not actually not the worst like striker to use. He did pretty decent at Burnley when when we saw him play there. So he's dead hip.
It's 8 to 10 million. 8 to 10 million example.
Andrew wanted to be right.
No, I'm just double checking.
Double checked, yeah.
No, but he's not. Listen, you say he did well at Burnley. He had like He had a four stint game where he did okay and then faded. So.
But didn't he not play like the whole season there? He played like.
No, he played half the season. He went there in January because remember he went to Union St. Berlin.
Union Berlin.
Yeah, and so.
I remember seeing one of his goals looked really good. Like it's a bang of a goal, but.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't watch Burnley.
4 goals or something.
I thought he scored 6.
I think he scored 4 goals.
I think it's 6. No, I think it's 6 goals and 2 assists from last time I remember. But it's
but it was like in like a. I think 3 or 4 of them went like a 2-3 game stint, and then it was nothing. No.
Yeah,
he did get a brace on one of them. Yeah.
But
also,
like
so he was like.
At the end of the day, it goes back to what I'm saying, right? Like it's for someone like me. I kind of wanted to see what could happen with this guy. And I have the same feelings for Cassidy, right? I want to see the potential be fulfilled, but at the end of the day, we have so many better players in those positions that we're just going to have to be cutthroat. And it's going to be brutal at Chelsea, but it is what it is. And speaking of
Cassidy's more of a chance. Cassidy's more of a chance of making the squad. Well, yeah, but if you look at the midfield issues, there's really only 4 midfielders. It's only like KDH, Enzo, Caicedo, and Lavia. There's no other midfield options
right now
whatsoever.
in the squad. No.
Yeah,
but I feel like quite short. No, Hugo's gone. Carney and Caicedo, Cassidy have got more of a chance of being integrated back into. And by the way, no one even said about these two that they were in the bomb squad or anything like that. No one ever talked about that. Do you know what I mean? They were assumed.
No.
They assumed. No one's ever come out and said, yeah. He's not come out and said anything about Carney or
that is true.
Cassidy. And no one's been really reported about it. They just assumed that they were going to go. Like even yesterday when Carney Chukwuemeka was linked to potential move to Manchester United, I think one of the reporters at Chelsea said Chelsea didn't want to sell him. or including
And also
that deal, doesn't
Frankfurt
mean they
too.
won't.
And also Frankfurt too, because they're probably part of the deals
I
that
think they realise
collapsed
they're a bit.
with Datro
Yeah,
Fofana.
I think they realise they're a bit. I think he realises he's a bit short in midfield with the option, especially Lavia's injured, not back to after an international break. So really, only down to 3 midfielders.
I mean, since you guys just brought up Carney, I might as well go to this, right? Carney potentially back in the squad. And again, Surfer's right. He wasn't necessarily mentioned in the bomb squad. And there's another player that wasn't necessarily in the bomb squad either, but we'll debate on that one. Deals that didn't happen, Carney Chukwuemeka to Frankfurt and Alex Matos to Getafe. I don't have many details on the Getafe thing, but it doesn't really matter. No one cares about Alex Matos, sorry. Carney Chukwuemeka was in talks with Frankfurt earlier in the day. Deal didn't happen in the end, and he stays, according to I am Rahman Osman. Apparently, Man United have discussed prospect of taking Carney Chukwuemeka during the negotiations over Jadon Sancho, although there is little prospect of the 20-year-old midfield moving at this late stage of the window. And then lastly, Man United explored a possible move for Carney Chukwuemeka. I'm surprised United didn't go for him, because I feel like he could have been useful for United. I'm surprised this deal didn't become a part of the whole Sancho saga. I mean, we still got it done, but why weren't you surprised?
Because he plays in the same position as their captain.
Yep, and Mason Mount as well. And that's well, he's injured, but
yeah, but surely you play him over Mason Mount.
No, they wouldn't.
You don't think
Ten Hag probably would.
No,
I don't think Ten Hag would.
no, he wouldn't. Especially because he has a number 7 too. I don't think.
He is number 7 from I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
But the only way he'd get over Mason Mount, I guess, is right now he's injured, isn't he? So, and Mason Mount does look pretty broken with the injuries.
That's the thing too. Like, I like Carney a lot. I think he's a really good player, but the injuries have not been helping. So this season, since he has an opportunity to stay, and we'll see what happens with him with the team. This season is a real season for him to like prove that he can stay fit and play a part in the team, especially in that midfield, like Surfer was alluding to. We're a little empty-handed in that field. One injury in that midfield, and it's gonna be a lot of minutes or overplaying for a few players. Caicedo, Lavia, so on and so forth. Enzo,
Maybe.
I'll be so honest, he has like no chance of playing in this team.
You don't think Carney's gonna play?
Not as a 10.
No.
Or
Not in
6.
this team. Like the thing for me is like you go and look at the Servette game. Like he's not playing over Dewsbury Hall. He's not playing over Enzo or Caicedo because those guys are still playing, and both of those guys need to play because they're playing as the 6. He's not playing over Lavia for the same reason. He's not playing over Nkunku. He's not playing over Felix or Palmer. Sancho will probably play 10 before he plays 10. Like, it sucks because I like Carney. Again, it's like the Fofana thing. There is no space.
I feel like
I don't,
unless we have an injury. The only way that changes is we have an injury.
I don't know. I think I'm not talking about playing him as one of the front players. I don't know whether it's like because we're so short in midfield, whether he might try and make him a hybrid thing or something like that, or ask him to drop a bit deeper. It becomes an option.
He's played as a 6
like
before.
But I'm just saying,
no,
something like.
He did.
No, he's never been as a 6.
No, he played as an 8, not as a 6.
Yeah.
He played as an 8, not as a 6.
Yeah.
Even in the preseason, I'm pretty sure he played a little bit as an 8, a 6.
No.
I mean.
Yeah, it's an 8 maybe.
He's never played as a 6.
Not as a 6.
And I'll be honest,
That's
say we have a double pivot. I don't want him playing in the double pivot because you take away most of what's good about Carney.
Yeah, I get
He
that.
has to play in that front line, the line behind the striker. Otherwise, it makes no sense for him to be in this team.
Just that there comes a time this season where the shortness of midfield will come back to bite us. It's only four midfielders.
Like, it depends. That's why I say it depends where. I think, to be honest, depending on who gets injured or who needs to play, I could see Cassidy playing before he does.
Possibly. I'm not talking about starting with these two either. Just like coming.
No.
Because there's going to be a time where we can't keep playing Enzo and Caicedo in every game. They'll just get
Exactly.
burnt.
And that's kind of where I'm going at.
Lamby's already got injured after the first game.
Part of me feels that we're playing Enzo and Caicedo in that conference league as a result of like okay, we don't really have much of a choice. We got to rotate these positions. Like we don't have any
no
other player in
other-
those
there's no other
positions.
things.
I think Carney could be useful in that sense to just play Conference League and have Conference League minutes so that we don't have to use first team players.
No, we shouldn't have just. No, what we shouldn't have done is we shouldn't have loaned out Ugo Chilwell. That's what we shouldn't have done. Should have kept
That's
him.
also true. I agree with that. That one
We
was
shouldn't
a
have.
weird,
Should have loaned out
weird
Carney
loan
and
for me.
Saturday and kept Ugo Chilwell. You know what I mean? I don't.
Exactly.
You know, he can play the 6. He would have played in this area. He could have played the 2 Servette games or something like that, and rest, and then Zola or the Caicedo or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And another player that probably should have saw his way out, but I mean, it's not too late. He could potentially see his way out. Is this one, Chilwell? So no one is interested in Chilwell. let's just be honest. But maybe a team in Turkey might be. So Chilwell is not against a temporary move abroad. A loan deal without an option to make it permanent is the most loan deal without an option to make it permanent is the most likely scenario. Okay, according to Ben Jacobs, and Ben Jacobs also said this: Chilwell has already been offered. Not that they were interested. He's been offered to Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce with their Turkish international Ferdi Kadioglu completing a late August move to Brighton Hove Albion. So there's a potential move for him here. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to be stuck with him until at least January, and then we'll see what happens from there. But this goes back to what I was saying before. Like I kind of don't think he was part of the bomb squad, like because he
was. Bro, no, let's not do this. Maresca literally told him he has no plans to use him in pre-season. He said he's just a left back.
He was the first person that was isolated from the squad.
In pre-season, he said. Maresca said this in
he was named
pre-season.
before Sterling.
He said that in pre-season. It took him a game
Pre-season.
because he played. He played the first game against Wrexham, and then didn't play. I don't think he played another game after the first game against Wrexham.
No, he didn't.
We did, Marshall. We talked about this on the show, like how Maresca spoke about it.
Maresca said during pre-season. He said during pre-season. Oh, hang on. So I might be back. He said he can't. Ben's going to struggle to find a place in my team. He's just a left back.
Yeah. Word for word.
He's just a left back. He's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's just
he's the captain of the bomb squad.
Yes.
He brought the captaincy over to the bomb squad.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking here, right? What's going to happen with the players that have stayed? Does Maresca reintegrate them into the first team in some shape or form or in training?
No, he's already said that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
I don't know where he can fit though. Even on the bench.
He got asked that question before Sterling left about to do with Sterling.
Sterling's not going to play. No,
he didn't even just talk about Sterling. He said the players that are not trained, they're done.
This is the whole thing about the big squad before a couple of weeks ago when he came out and said, I don't train with 42 players. I train with 22, 23 players. That's what I'm talking. He's not integrating these players back into the squad. They're not here. He has no use for Ben Chilwell. Can't do an inverted role. He simply cannot. He's not a good left back. He's not a good left back defensively. He's a wing back.
If you look at our squad now, I'm fairly certain. I think without these players that got ejected out of the team, we have a 24-man squad. That's one person away from having a complete squad in the league.
Yep.
So that means only one of those players, unless they're a youth player, but I don't know if any of them count, only one of those players can join the first 11. And then for the Conference League, we actually haven't announced a squad yet. So, it could happen, but it probably won't. So, some of these guys just will never have a place because there is no place in the squad.
Just, you know how I am. I'm just going to ask these questions. Picking brains here. Do you think... I don't think it's going to happen. It's just a question. So, listen.
Don't bite your head off.
do not bite my head off. I'm just asking questions. Do you think there is a world or
No.
or a Marvel universe
Nope.
where
Nope.
Chilwell
Multiverse.
proves himself in training and learns to invert.
No,
I think it's a bit
nada.
late for that,
No.
Marshall. He's like 30 years old almost.
Nine. No, no
He's
way.
I'll just say,
he's
Mark,
like 27, 28. He's too late.
The thing you're forgetting, the thing you're forgetting, it's not just about inverting, because it's what comes with inverting. That means he has to be comfortable under pressure in the centre of midfield, which he's not. It means he has to be able to scan to be able to see what's around him, so he can pass safely, which he can't. It means multiple things. It means him developing a skill set he has never, at any point in his career, even when he was good, ever had.
And on top of the Marshall, the only position he could have played is now being. We brought someone in, Jadon Sancho. He could have been a winger because he has better attacking qualities. Let's be honest. He could have been a winger, right? Pochettino winger, because he's not inverting. He's not good enough to invert. He's not a center back either. He's not good enough for that. So then we got Sancho. He's done. There's no position he can play.
Vegas took over Chilwell.
There's Vega, you got Cucurella, even Malo Gusto
And
is
James
in front of him in that position.
Like, I was thinking maybe Bob playing goalkeeper 5th choice, but then we have 9 goalkeepers, so he can't even do that. So it's like, he's screwed.
Fair point.
5th choice.
Since you brought him up, I'll transition over to the next topic right here. Jadon Sancho, here we go. It's done. It's done deal. It's been made. It happened. He's here at Chelsea, and let's go over the little timeline of events that happened since the last time we spoke on this. Juventus move for Jadon Sancho is on standby. That's what started this whole thing. Juve looked like they were the favorites in the beginning, and then this happened. I think the next details are right here. Juve has withdrawn from the race for Jadon Sancho. Juventus consider Manchester United's demands for Chelsea linked to Jadon Sancho too high. Negotiations are in standby for now, according to Fabrizio. Chelsea see Jadon Sancho as an opportunity whom they can get at a low fee. They also feel Enzo Maresca can get the best out of him. Man United are happy for Jadon Sancho to stay if Chelsea don't meet terms. Talks are ongoing, according to Ben Jacobs. Then we continue on with David Ornstein dropping here. A negotiation between Chelsea and Manchester United over Jadon Sancho center on initial loan with obligation to buy next summer. Then here we go. Fabrizio dropping the here we go. Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Here we go. Loan deal with obligation to buy clause agreed between the clubs. Sancho already said yes as he wanted to move to Chelsea. Deal now agreed between all parties. United accepted the proposal and deal is now set to be signed. Chelsea expect all documents to be completed in time for Jadon Sancho, as this was a little bit of a last minute deal that was made. I think it was all done in the last hour of the transfer window. Then David Ornstein, Chelsea complete signing of Jadon Sancho for Manchester United. 24-year-old winger leaves Manchester United on season-long loan plus obligation to buy at 20 to 25 million pounds, depending on performance milestones, to deploy England international primarily on the left flank. Chelsea will have to buy Jadon Sancho as long as they finish in the top 14 in the Premier League table. I hope we're gonna hit that at least. Chelsea won't pay a loan fee for Sancho, but will cover the large majority of his 250k a week wages. And United are guaranteed to fee up a fee. Thank you. Of up to 25 million pounds at the end of the season, depending on Chelsea's Premier League position. And here is the official statement and the official announcement of Jadon Sancho. But this one was one that confused me earlier, but I understand it now. Because he's on a loan, we have to take that fee, right? The 250k a week.
Yeah, because there's no loan fee. But I think we're going to pay like 75% of his probably his wages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably like 200k.
When you do that, when you do that sound, you know that sound that sounds when you go for each step, you go boom like that. You do that sound.
Oh, the bomb.
Yeah, that's the sound of Mudrik's career ended at Chelsea, right? Yeah. Because when my man Mudders is getting subbed at nearly half time or just after half time by Tariq George in a Conference League qualifier. You're gone. And so this move now makes more sense to me now after that, because I thought there had to be the only way I was thinking about Sancho joining was if all three of them were going, including Madueke. But now it still makes sense now with Sterling gone and basically Mudryk done. Mudryk is, you might as well put Mudryk in. They won't ever announce this, but Mudryk might as well be in that bomb squad. Do you know what I mean? He won't be, but he'll be like,
save face.
They'll keep him around, but he is absolutely done. When you get taken off in a Conference League qualifier at half time, when you can't even and people might say, yeah, but what about the other players that didn't play well? But they have a big history, even at Chelsea, even though they've been there only for a year, of playing better in more multiple games than Mudryk ever has.
Yeah, they also didn't cost us as much.
Exactly. Now he won't actually. I don't think Mudryk will ever meet those add-ons because he's not good enough to meet those add-ons.
He could.
No. There's one thing. The biggest thing that Mudryk lacks is talent. Okay, to actually play football. Okay, that's why Jadon Sancho. That's why Jadon Sancho has been bought. That's why Jadon Sancho has been bought in. He says he spoke to them. He said he spoke to the coach, and he sold him on the project and stuff like that, and that's very good. Which means to me, if true, that Maresca's given up on Mudryk already, so it makes more sense like that. And now we didn't get Osimhen as well. It probably even makes more sense like that. I know they said on the left. I feel he's better more centrally.
More on the right.
I think he's honestly better in central positions in terms of that. You can say he'll start. You can say he'll start on the left or the right, but he'll drift in. It'll be like that. He'll drift in. I don't think he'll start right away. I think they'll drift him in. I think what I said on the Sarcasm City the other day, there's a potential of 11 to 12 cup games between now and December, right? I'd start him in all of those cup games.
Sure.
Yeah. And then drip feed him into the Premier League games. That's what I would do. Plus, it does make more of a sense as well when you're talking about Nkuku and Neto's injury record and what we're going to do with, especially like Neto, like load management and stuff like that. Playing him here and there and also not playing them for 90 minutes each time. Also makes sense, and we didn't get a 9, so you're probably going to see Nkuku pushed up there a bit higher, so he doesn't have to play on the left. Because I don't think he's good on the left, Nkuku at all. I think it's a waste of his talent on the left. I really do. So, yeah, it makes more of a sense now. At the start, I wasn't 100% sure, but how it's worked out and everything. By the way, I'm glad someone's taken the number 19 shirt and going to represent it well, since the last time it was represented well was Diego Costa. So, we're all good.
This is true.
So.
Just to clarify this comment, DHL, my problem is how much of Sterling's wages we're paying. So, shake my head. Okay, so we'll get to the Sterling part afterward. I thought it was in reference to this. So, just to explain it, we're paying the 250K a week wages, and I believe what should and what's going to happen, because there were news outlets saying he's taking a wage cut. He's taking a wage cut. I think
he is if we buy him. When we buy him,
exactly. When we buy him, we're gonna renegotiate the contract. I'm assuming, and he'll, well, unless we get to the Champions League, then
anyway.
I still think it won't be the 250. Even if we do make the Champions League, I still don't think we'd pay him 250.
Yeah,
I mean, he must know that they must have agreed all the terms. If it's an obligation, they must have agreed all the wages before that.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, when you get whatever and it comes to an obligation, it's this. That's what you're signing.
He is
there's no point making
next season.
There's no point making it. There's no point making it an obligation. Right? There's just no point.
Sorry, with regards to the transfer, I'll listen to Ben Jacobs and PYS. So it's 20 million starting, and then it goes up to 25 depending on our league position. Like the higher we are, the more it is. That's the thing about it.
I think
that's what I heard about multiple people.
It's definitely 25 then.
Yeah.
If he accumulates even half of what he's done at Dortmund, I just think it's also a thing of, I said before, you don't want to be known as an English footballer who can't play in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? I mean, how ridiculous does that sound?
Yeah, that
Jadon Sancho, I'm English, like that. But I couldn't play well in my own country.
Basically,
that's just insane. That's just insane to think. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad. honestly, it's just one of those. I mean, like I said, it's another option. I mean, whatever you think about it, it gives Maresca a chance to rotate up there, not having to overplay Cole Palmer, not having to overplay Jackson and stuff like that as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's a decent option. Like I said, he's got a point to prove. You know what I mean? Oh, and the most important thing is a Chelsea fan. I know that helps the fans. So he's Chelsea fans.
He's Papa Charles.
No, helps the fans.
Yeah, he's
Papa
Charles.
Like he changed that bio and
everything. Supposed to be every other Saturday, walking down the King's Road. Oh, that's
does anyone think that he's still a little bit of an excess signing?
Oh, 100%.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense to me because we're playing Club World Cup, and apparently Ben Jacobs was saying on the low end it's 40 million for whoever enters, and the winner could be triple that money at 120 for the winner of the Club World Cup.
Oh, but we have
and to. No, but I'm saying low end. Us entering the competition is 40 million. Just entering the competition.
No, okay. If we're going back to what Marshall said about, I can see where people would see it was like maybe a bit too much, or maybe if it was unnecessary or not. I just think I would have thought that more on the side if Osimhen had joined as well.
Yeah,
true.
Because I would have gone, and we didn't get rid of Sterling and Mudryk. And I know they're never going to say we got rid of Mudryk, but to me, I don't even count him in the attack. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. He's just useless. So I can understand where people will see it, but now with Osimhen not joining, it's just another option. It's nice to have another option. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. And unlike last year, we had to keep playing Jackson. We had to keep playing Palmer. And even though they played very well, it was like looking back on the bench, going, "Who the hell's going to come on and help these guys?"
There was a point where I didn't recognize the names on the bench anymore. Like it was so bad.
Yeah,
we had a new youth player every week.
It's true.
On paper, this is probably our best attack since 2018. On paper, like overall depth wise and starting, like just depth. And then we started to build up a depth.
It's probably more like in terms of 14, 15. I think it's more like
You go far as back
then?
No,
but I don't think that was a good attack.
What, 2018?
Yeah.
Well, with like...
Let's face it.
Oh, 2017, Costa, William...
17 onwards, it was... So those 2 seasons was just Hazard. Let's just face it, no one else did anything.
Yeah, I meant 2017.
Pedro maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, all complete in terms of options and stuff like that. When I say like people to come in and out, recently it's probably 14-15 season where you could switch people in and out. Like you had a Schürrle come in and stuff, and stuff like that. You had a Willian and stuff like that. You know, Hazard, Diego Costa, Loic Remy, and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Remy was a good backup, wasn't he?
I was thinking that time.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Am I lagging?
I don't think so.
At first, I thought delayed.
Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, that was a little delayed. It's like a 2-second
delay.
I'm
going to switch in and out.
It did seem delayed. That's why I was...
but Scott, you seem to think that we're a little bit bloated. Not that we're a little bloated. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase it. You seem to think that this... Yeah.
The way I look at this signing, right, we didn't need him. Like, no one can say that we needed him. But, like, it's an upgrade on the guy that was in his position, like, as a squad player. And it's someone that I wanted years, like, before he went to United, I wanted Sancho. So, like, I'm kind of happy with the signing from that aspect.
Yeah.
But, like, no one can sit here and say we needed him. Like, we didn't need him, but, like, it's a decent signing to make, if that makes sense. Like, it's not an L signing, we just didn't need him.
Yeah,
it's one of those opportunity signings that just comes along. Yeah, it's just one of those opportunity signings that comes along, and it's like you kind of take it because it's there, and as I said, it improves the squad, and that's about it. But no one can say we needed him.
What were we gonna say, sir?
This is not a new. Owner situation. We've been linked to Jadon Sancho before he even went to United.
This is true.
You know what I mean? This is like because I was just like, I was just trying to find the Jadon Sancho thing today, the video online. I was just looking at old videos of like from 3 or 4 years ago about us being linked to Jadon Sancho.
We didn't.
This was
like so
during the Lukaku's.
Yeah, it was the same summer. Yeah, same summer. Yeah, so it was like, and even before that, so we were linked to him then. So not a new thing. And of course, Joe Allen. What the fuck is his name? The recruiter. What's his name?
Joe Stanley, Joe Shields.
Joe Shields, that's it. Joe Shields. He's getting credited again with this, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's another positive about this signing. I think is that the player does have experience working with Maresca. The player does know Joe Shields. The player does know Tosin.
He doesn't have. He doesn't have it with Maresca.
He doesn't have Maresca.
He doesn't have it with Maresca. No.
Yeah, he does. He came out.
Remember, Jadon Sancho left. Jadon Sancho left City in 2017.
Yeah,
it's not like he's just left.
Am I conflating it with Shields?
Yeah, he left. I think he left. Was it Pep's first or second season?
Second season, I think. 17. I think it was 2017. Someone might correct me in the chat or something, but I believe it's 2017. It's either 17 or 18. It's one of those 2 years. He left in that summer.
Like it was early.
Oh,
yeah,
I might be
2017.
conflating it with Shields then. Sorry about that.
No. It's understandable. The two bald men from Man City, so it's understandable.
Yeah, I think okay. Thank you for understanding, guys. So, moving on to the next topic. Just trying to get through these so that we can get through the big Osimhen talk because I'm curious what you guys think about that.
Humiliate us on the prediction. That's what it is.
And to do some prediction humiliation later on. Which, by the way, do check the private chat because I put the categories in there for you guys to think about it ahead of time.
No, I've already wrote mine down. Fuck off.
Wow! Are you serious? Wow!
I'm looking forward for Chris's wild take this season. Everton 8th was last year. That was a while.
Well, not last year.
I want to see which one of you.
I want to see the wild take, actually, not me that time.
I want to see which one of you has the balls to put Chelsea second this year, like something you did last year. Someone's going to do it.
Someone did that.
Someone is going to do it.
You know, plot twist. Andrew's done it.
Eternal optimist that Andrew is. The eternal optimist that Andrew is. Yes.
Yeah. Always.
What about first? Does first not count?
I don't count. There is no after. Sorry, I know. First position doesn't exist in my predictions because I know who's going to win it. So it's like there's only 19 teams to choose from second onwards. So it's all good.
This is true.
There's a few teams.
Which, by the way, before we continue on, ladies and gents, over 100 of you guys in the stream right now, be sure to smash a like. Let's try to get to at least 50 likes. I know some of you guys didn't wipe your feet at the door. It's okay. Go back to the carpet, wipe your feet, get the mud off, come back inside, and enjoy the stream. Let's go to the next part of stream, which is Broja. Broja, here we go. Chris, your dream came true. Broja's leaving now. So... let's go ahead and go on with this story right here. Shut up. Simon Johnson reporting there's a possibility a move emerges between now and Friday's deadline for Armando Broja, but it's most likely that he remains and continues to rehabilitate from a foot injury that showed up in his medical, and the situation is revisited in January. Armando Broja's transfer to Ipswich is now off for good. That did happen a few days prior to the window. We continue on to the next story here. Everton submit a deal sheet to sign Armando Broja from Chelsea. Everton agree loan plus 30 million buy option. Ipswich Town out refused to accept CFC terms in light of the spell of the 22-year-old set to spend out with injury. Then we continue on. Everton signed Armando Broja for season-long loan. Deal 30 million plus option to buy. No fee for temporary switch. Everton to cover none of the 22-year-old's wage until recovered from injury contributed to Ipswich Town move collapsing. So until he's back fit, we will be covering the fee. So that hopefully will be soon. And this is the officially from Chelsea. Armando Broja has joined Everton on a season-long loan. Chris, is Everton still going to get relegated? You think? Actually, save that for the prediction. But Armando Broja, good move for him.
No.
Good luck,
No.
BROJA, man. Like,
No.
By the time he gets
Everton
back fit, they might have a new manager.
Well, look at this freaking picture. This is how he's hurt his freaking ankle or his foot. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, that's shameless from Chelsea.
No, it stinks that the Ipswich deal didn't go because the Ipswich one was an obligation if they stay in the Premier League. This one's an option.
It's an option. They're not gonna buy him.
It's an
out.
option.
He's not even gonna. He's not even gonna start for him.
You don't think he's gonna start?
No, for Everton.
Cameron Lewis just scored 2 goals. He's not gonna start.
But Cameron Lewis gonna get injured. You know he's gonna get injured. Don't say my boy. All right, he's
Your
not
boy,
my boy.
Harry Kane 2.0.
I fucking hate you.
Do you say Clive no one's gonna get injured? What does BROJA get? Like, does he not get injured?
No
or
rate.
didn't he fail medical because of injuries?
Yeah,
Marshall.
Come on.
Okay, maybe. Maybe because he's crappy failed.
He's rubbish. When are we gonna? Why can't we just point out the thing of this about Bro? Right? I mean, he had a bad injury, no problem. He's rubbish.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get in Fulham's. He couldn't even get in Fulham's team on loan last season.
Yeah, I know he's rubbish.
That's why they paid. That's why they failed and had to pay us like a fine or something because he didn't pay. He didn't pay the amount of money.
We only got the transfer fee out of that.
He's rubbish. It was like a mini transfer.
That's why we didn't get Osimhen.
I'm sorry, he's bobbins. He's bobbins.
Wait, Surfer.
Whoever at Ipswich signed off on a 30 million obligation for him should be fired.
Yeah.
He should be fired.
You never know. McKenna probably could have thought he got the best of him or something.
We got Sancho for 25 million. How is he worth more?
This might be part of our Ponzi scheme, right? This might be part of our Ponzi scheme. We loan him out. He doesn't play any matches, so then they have to pay a fine. And that's how we just get the transfer money over years.
If we had sold him to Strasbourg, no one would have investigated that transfer because everyone knows he's rubbish. You know, he's rubbish. He's rubbish.
But he's gonna get playtime. Is what I'm trying to do.
What were you gonna say, Scott? I
was just gonna say he wouldn't stop for Ipswich. That's what's jokes.
Yeah.
You don't think he was served for Ipswich?
Delap's better than him. That guy Delap.
I was about to say
better than him.
Marshall, they just had someone today. They got their first goal in the Premier League today from a guy who starts a striker for them. Like he was outside the box.
Yeah,
and he had another chance to score as well later on.
Broja's rubbish. We're desperate for a striker. Broja wouldn't even. If he stayed right now, he's vice captain of the bomb squad. That's what he is. He's vice captain of the bomb squad. Rubbish. Honestly, I feel sorry for him that big injury, but I never got this like. He had that like decent half year at Southampton and then did F1 because no one wanted to buy him. After
was
that,
outrageous.
you know what I mean? Then he did that injury and stuff like that. I felt sorry for him last season when he scored in, I think, the FA Cup or something, or a league or something like that, and then frigging Poch drops in the next game. That really helped his confidence.
True.
But you know, listen. Broja's. We shouldn't be worried about Broja. No one cares.
Well, I'm hoping we get the 30 million out of him.
We ain't getting 30.
That's great.
All he needs to do. All Broja needs to do is score 4 goals that mean something for Everton's relegation battle this season. Whether it's to grab a point or 3 points. And they'll sign him. They'll sign him because he'll have a cult status.
I hope you're right.
That's what we have, cult status. So he needs to do.
I hope you're right.
I don't think
30 million is a steal.
Enough to do that. I don't think he's talented enough to do that. 30 million.
Well,
30 million. That is highway robbery. We should be investigated for that. Let alone other things.
I don't disagree with that.
On a side note, I don't know if they say most of our players are shit, or rather than say that, I don't know how we get people to buy out some of our players, or even loan them. I really don't.
We have really good negotiation tactics.
It's someone from the previous regime to this one. Like 10 players, it's utter madness when I see like 30 million for Broja. I mean, we all laughed. Remember when that was before? When, they want 30 million for Broja. But you're going to pay it.
I know, but it's a damn shame this motherfucker got injured in training. Like, what the fuck?
But that just
Otherwise, that would have been perfect.
As bad as Broja is, no one even came. There was no news of even a loan option for Mudryk. You know what I mean? He didn't even get a loan option. There was nothing for Mudryk. That's how rubbish he is.
But I think the thing is, I personally believe that Bowley or whoever negotiated that move is trying to save face. They're trying to be like, listen, we paid a lot of money for this guy. Please make it work. Yeah, Bali. It's like, please save this signing. I don't want to have to sell him because it'll make me look bad. That's what I really think it is. Otherwise, I think he would have been on a chopping block already. Because 3 seasons, this is his 3rd season that we're trying this kid out, and he's still not showing much of anything. Okay, speaking of another player that is on a chopping block, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what was going to happen to this player's fate, but he has a loan now. If Axel Disasi had gone, maybe he would have stayed. I don't know. But let's talk about Trevor Chalobah here. So Chalobah got a here we go as well. Last few hours of the transfer window, Crystal Palace still thought to be considering a loan move for Chelsea's Trevor Chalobah. Wolves also asked about Trevor Chalobah as well. And then David Ornstein with the breaking news: Crystal Palace reached agreement with Chelsea to sign Trevor Chalobah. It's a straight loan option, no option or obligation to buy. Crystal Palace are set to sign Chelsea defender Trevor Chalobah on straight loan, as David Ornstein called, according to Ben Jacobs here. Medical to take place this evening. Palace always one of the clubs watched on deadline day, as reported by TalkSport earlier. Chalobah also glad to stay in London. Yeah, that's true. Trevor Chalobah to Crystal Palace done and completed in time. And Trevor Chalobah on Instagram. When it's the right time, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So, yeah, I'm happy for Trevor Chalobah. He got himself out of the asylum, the bomb squad. And I never thought he was a bad player. I think he's going to do good at Crystal Palace. So I'm happy he got a loan, and hopefully he finds himself a permanent at the end of the season. But thoughts on the Trevor Chalobah loan to Crystal Palace? I think it actually helps Crystal Palace a lot.
They got a good group of centre backs after losing Anderson.
Yeah, Gay,
Chalobah. They got Lacroix as well.
Lacroix. They've got that Riyadh kid that they signed from Barcelona. Yeah, Chalobah now.
Yeah. You reckon Gurry and Chalobah start?
I think he probably will. Could see him starting. Like,
I don't know. I think Lacroix starts because Chalobah's on loan.
I could see all. The thing is, I could see all 3 of them. I think Gehi definitely starts.
Oh, he's captain, yeah.
Yeah, so he starts in the centre, and then you've got 2 to pick from between Richards, Riyadh, Lacroix, and Chalobah. So I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I think he starts. Like, I think him and Lacroix are probably the 2 that start. But
they got Lacroix for cheap as well. They got him for like 14 million. That's a very cheap deal. Mad. That's mad.
Yeah, I think it's a good deal for Crystal Palace. I think it's a good loan move, and he stays in London, like it was mentioned before. I think it will be.
But he can't play tomorrow. He couldn't play tomorrow anyway, even if they signed him before the deadline. So he wouldn't play. So he wouldn't play there. He wouldn't play the return leg. The reverse fixture, whatever that is. So, but yeah, it's a good thing for him. He's Raheem Sterling should learn from this guy about how to conduct yourself. You know,
true. Very true.
He's actually, most of them actually did okay. It's just even like Gallagher and stuff, like even like BROJA and stuff like that. They behaved, as you thought. So, but as anyone knows who Chalobah's background is and his parents and stuff like that, that was always going to be that. He's a very humble guy. So, he's not going to shit on anyone. Do you know what I mean? He might be disappointed, but he's not going to come out and say anything. So, it's a good move, man. I'm glad there's no buy option or that. They can then adjust and see what the land is next season, next summer. Depending on what happens this year, might come back, perform well, and Badashila and Disasi are off next year, and then you find himself suddenly back in, whether that happens or not.
Maybe you never know, because that's if we're gonna do this whole 4-year window thing or 4-window plan that the ownership are saying. And if we're going to get a transfer ban, then we're going to have to look within. We're going to have to start developing some of these players that we brought in, these young academy or young youth players as well. And we're going to have to see how we integrate them into the first team. So if that's the plan, then I could see potentially a future where Chalobah works his way into the first team. Potentially.
Yeah, the board might. The board
multiverse.
Yeah, the board and coach may not think about him right now, but some things can change. Look at what's changed just in the space of a few weeks at Chelsea when it comes to the transfer market and who we've got in and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? A few weeks ago, you wouldn't have thought about signing Neto or João Felix. We were just in the dumps that we're going to sign Broja, whatever his name is. Samu. And stuff like that. We're all in head scratching, doing like that. And look what's changed in the last few weeks. You know what I mean? It's just gone. The transfer window's done a 180. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and even towards the end too, we were hearing that potentially Chalobah could stay and Disasi if there's a deal for him and he goes.
Yeah, the Disasi thing. Yeah, so,
right. Yeah, so things could change. You never know. Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say this season could show because Chalobah's just a loan, right? He's not obligation to buy.
Yeah,
this season could show say if Chalobah has a good season like Crystal Palace, because they're probably gonna need him, and say if our centre backs ain't good enough this season, and it could show Chalobah should be the one staying and says Badiashile or Disasi, maybe Fofana, he might have an awful season too. So I do wonder how far that goes. If we actually take him back. I'm not saying this season. I mean for next season, anyway. But unless we just look at it as pure profit and we just don't care about Chalobah, it may be the reality.
Maybe, but you never know. We've seen our board kind of be opportunistic and adapt the plan. So who knows? But speaking of being opportunistic and adapting the plan as well, the beginning of the window, I don't think any of us would have thought that Raheem Sterling would have been on his way out. I think a few of us did want him to leave, but I didn't think it was possible because of the wages. But it happened. Sterling, here we go. He is now an Arsenal player for the season at least. So let's go ahead and discuss it. For Sterling, we have to see what happens with Sancho. Juve talks have stalled at the moment. They could come back if they sell a few players, but it's difficult. Chelsea are still working on Sancho and still want to include a player. And this is what we all, or most of us, thought the idea was, that we're going to use leverage with United to get Sancho. We're going to use Raheem Sterling. Hey, you don't have a good left wingers right now, and we'll give you this, and you give us Sancho. You're not using him, so why not? And that's not even what happened, because this happened. Fabrizio Bamba. Raheem Sterling and Arsenal. Agreement between players and AFC in case clubs decide to get it done. Raheem wants to move. Negotiations ongoing between clubs and Chelsea, open to finding solutions. This is the last hour of the window where this happened. Very, very last minute. Some might say panic buy from Arsenal. Raheem Sterling to Arsenal. Here we go. Agreement done on loan move for Chelsea. Chelsea accept final conditions and the player wanted to move. Also spoke to Mikel Arteta. Agreement done. Documents to expected to be okay soon. Ben Jacobs saying here, Raheem Sterling is undergoing his medical. Loan fully agreed. Move driven by Mikel Arteta. Sterling, I'm distracted. Sterling has finally finalized terms, relationship with Arteta, and staying in London, all big factors. There's no fee involved in Raheem Sterling's move to Arsenal. Understand Raheem Sterling has agreed to a wage cut as part of his Arsenal move. Wage split is 50-50, no loan fee to Chelsea. And Arsenal are paying no loan fee to Chelsea, Raheem Sterling, and less than 50% of wage contribution. Completed Sterling deal for Chelsea to Arsenal is 1 season loan, no options or obligations. Sterling would have preferred a permanent move, but happy to go on loan to work with Mikel Arteta again.
You're about
I guess, yeah. He was. Arteta was assistant coach. I forgot about that. Yeah. Play for Arsenal and keep his family in London. Okay, so that move, now it makes a little bit more sense. Raheem Sterling on Arsenal loan move. You're about to see the best of me.
Yeah, thank you for keeping the best of you silent for the last 2 years. I appreciate it.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Raheem the Dream.
You mean we're going to see the best of you when the pressure's off? No problem.
Oh, look at that. Serious.
I like the way people thought. There's actually people that thought that Raheem Sterling only signed those things in the last hour of the transfer window, and then somehow this video came out like 30 minutes later or something after the deadline. I sarcastically put, wow, they put that video together in less than an hour. That editor is insane. It was one shot. They all did it in one shot, one take. It's all in one take as well.
So
I wonder how many times he had to raise his head up like that. Oh no, we just need to do it. Move 10 meters, whatever.
Yeah. Gotta get this one perfect.
Sure, man. We're going to see.
You know what? I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans have fallen for this already because I've seen this little thing. It's like, oh my god,
it's copium. It's nothing to rock the bandwagon. Oh yeah, don't worry. He's going to be here. He's going to be Saka's replacement and stuff like that.
That is so insane.
Take him, bro. Honestly, what if he balls out Arsenal? That's great for you.
I hope he fakes it for the first season.
He didn't ball out. If he does, he didn't ball out for us first of all. So I couldn't care. If he balls out for you, it probably means you're going to buy him next summer for about 25 million. So that's fine. Do you know what I mean?
And then he's like, what, 31 now as well?
No, he's 29.
29. You keep doing this.
I keep
doing this. I don't know why people keep adding.
He's 29.
He's 29. He's going to be 30 in December.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
What were you going to say, Curry? Okay, never mind.
Sorry?
Does anyone think that this strengthens the rivals?
Yeah.
We're not their rivals.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Curry.
No, I think it does. I think when the beat
Curry Surfer.
I think it does. I think it strengthens them because instead of beating Ipswich 3-1, they're gonna beat Ipswich 4-1. So there you go. Good job, Sterling, for showing up against the lower level teams. You fucking bottle job. Good job, buddy. Good job. I'm proud of you, buddy. There you go. It's gonna strengthen them, man. Don't worry about it.
Listen. Of course, there was no loan fee and stuff like that. I'm not bothered about that. All it means is next year, when there's only 2 years left in this contract, it's slightly more easier to move than 3 years left on the contract. So
yeah. Agreed. Now DHL saying it's poor business. I don't like that we're paying part of the fee still, and it's 40%, and we didn't give him a transfer fee. But I don't know. What do you guys think on that? Because I'm just overall content he's off the wage for the most part.
Not poor business. It's more money off the wage bill. It's not poor business.
Exactly. That's what I think about it. Go ahead, Prime.
Next.
I think you said does it strengthen Arsenal? I mean, like. Yes and no. I've been saying for a year that he should go to Arsenal. I think the signing suits them in terms of how they play and their goals are supposed to come from their wide forwards. It would suit Sterling to get on the end of chances. I think he'll score goals for Arsenal. I think Sterling will perform for Arsenal how, to be fair, not really much different to how he performed at Chelsea. Like scoring goals, missing chances as well. Ultimately, same way Havertz performed at Chelsea and performed at Arsenal, they'll perform the same way. But regardless, do I think it'll be the difference to them winning the title? Absolutely not, because I think Arsenal have bigger problems than just Raheem Sterling coming in to fix things. But I think this is a good deal for like both sides because Sterling will do well for Arsenal. They will end up signing him. Trust me, by November, you start hearing rumors that Arsenal want to make this deal a permanent. They will sign him, and Chelsea will get him off our wage bill. So it's brilliant from our perspective. I don't see anyone that can be complaining about this. And I swear, if I see Chelsea fans crying that we shouldn't have signed Sterling, sold Sterling, why did we sell Sterling?
Well, it's just Rory, but other than him.
He's not gonna, like, he will look better because he's in a better system, just like Havertz looked better because he's in a better system. But ultimately, they won't win the league. Sterling's not going to be the thing that wins them the league.
In the chat, they're having a conversation about whether it's a good deal or not, if it's a bad deal or not. They're going, oh, why didn't we get them to pay all their wages? That wasn't going to happen. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't going to happen.
It's too much.
So it's better than him staying here for a whole season, him potentially causing a ruckus or something like that, because he's that type of player. We know that now, like the others who kept their mouth shut. and stuff like that. We're not paying his full wages. Arsenal are. So it's less wages we're paying this season for him than him just sitting there. He's not a conversation for us all season. It's a good deal. It's the last day of the window. Okay? It's Arsenal's problem.
Brilliant deal. I thought Arsenal would actually
It's not bad squad planning when it comes to Sterling. This thing about Sterling was all about timing. Okay? I'm sure he was going to be part of the squad if we didn't sign at least Neto. Yeah? And then Felix cemented it. Do you know what I mean? So he was probably going to be part of the squad. Maresca was probably going to take him as an option because that's all he had. Okay? So those saying it's bad squad playing, no, it's just the timing of the window and stuff like that. That's all it is.
I thought we were gonna actually, because again, I've been saying him going to Arsenal. That will happen on deadline day. I did a show with Sheik like 2-3 days ago when it looked like Sterling would go to United, and I said that move doesn't make sense. It makes more sense for him to go to Arsenal. I thought it'd be a permanent deal, but the fact that they're going to bring him in on loan shows me that they're going to sign him. Because I know he will score goals at Arsenal. And I know Arsenal fans will get gassed about him. And I know that will result in Edu and Arteta buying him, because buying Sterling for, how much would we sell him for? Say 30, 35 mil, maybe? Maybe that might be a bit too much, but say 30 mil. Signing Sterling for 35 mil coming off a quote-unquote brilliant season at Arsenal on loan is a much better deal, or much cheaper deal for Arsenal than actually going out and signing a proper left winger. We know what Arsenal are like. Cheapskate FC, Save the Whole FC. It's brilliant. No Chelsea fan can complain about this, honestly.
Can I ask DHL? I presume DHL's a Chelsea fan. What type of deal would you done for him, given that it only really took place yesterday afternoon?
Be realistic,
I just want to know. I just want to know, DHL, what would be, you know, I'm sure you're going to say, well, why didn't we get them to pay all his wages? That Arsenal were never going to do that. Arsenal were never going to do, even if Sterling took a wage cut, you can bet he wouldn't have taken anything below 200 grand, and Arsenal wouldn't pay that for a loan deal. I just want to know. That's all.
And plus, Sterling, we all know Sterling would not have gone anywhere else, because
exactly. He wants to stay in London.
The only reason he left City, or well, part of why he left City to come to Chelsea is because he wants to stay in London. He was linked to Juve, didn't want to go. He was linked to Villa, didn't want to go. Man United, he was never going to go there. He wants to stay in London.
He wanted to stay in London. He wasn't going to go to United.
United didn't want him.
And by the way, all this complaining about this situation with Sterling, and Arsenal sign him next year, no one's going to complain.
Is this true?
Even if they don't sign, he's not on. Even if they don't sign him, he's not our problem this season.
No,
that's the thing.
I can guarantee. I can bet anything. I can guarantee those.
Okay.
That's fine, but what I'm saying is he's not a distraction this season. He's gone.
Yeah, the way I look at this deal,
I told you to be realistic.
I asked you, DHL, if you'd read that he didn't want to leave his family, he didn't want to move his family from London, you wouldn't have put United take him. Realistically, think.
Go ahead, Scott.
The way I look at this deal, it's not necessarily a great deal, but it's a good deal in the context of when it happened.
Compromising,
because the two, like obviously in an ideal world, you get all of the wages for the season, or you get 70%, whatever. But it being deadline day, we had really no other option. Like, the two options we've got is he either goes to Arsenal on this deal, or he stays at Chelsea. Exactly. Either way, in that scenario, in that situation, he's not playing for Chelsea. He's not playing for us. At least this way, he plays for a team, potentially puts himself in a shop window. Even if he doesn't get bought by Arsenal, he maybe gets bought by another team, like a West Ham or a Palace or something. So it's not the best deal, and I don't think anyone thinks it's the best deal, but it's a decent deal in the consideration of when it happened.
I think it's the best possible, aside from actually selling him, it's the best possible deal we could have done, considering the fact of he did not want to leave London, and the only London club came in for him was Arsenal. Well, the only big London club. I doubt he would have lowered himself to go to Palace or West Ham, because from Sterling's perspective...
Sterling went to Arsenal. He presented himself.
whether you guys all agree with it or not is irrelevant. Take your emotions out of this. From Sterling's perspective, he still thinks he is good enough.
Yeah.
He still believes he's good enough. You can laugh all you want, but he still believes he's good enough. That's why he went to Arsenal. From his perspective, he will score enough goals to help them get over. You'll see the best in me. Sterling believes that.
Yeah,
so it's a good deal. I don't have a problem with this.
Yeah, I don't either. Because at the end of the day, like the big elephant in the room was getting him off the wages. It benefits us more than it benefits Arsenal, in my opinion.
And
that's the way I see it.
Like, everyone's going, well, what if he helps Arsenal win the league? And unfortunately, we're not rivals to Arsenal at this moment.
Exactly.
We're not competing. The thing would have been, why send him to Manchester United, who legitimately could be in a top 4 race with us, and the effects that? Do you ever think of that?
Your best friend right there, Scott.
And also,
the thing with the Sterling thing is as well, is like
he's saying that like Sterling will be the difference to them winning the league. So, are you telling me at the last game of last season, you guys were thinking, oh, if Arsenal sign barely 10 goal a season Raheem Sterling from Chelsea on loan, they'll beat City to the title? Really, is that what we're doing now?
That's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the thing. It's like he will not be the difference between them winning the league or not. He might help them, and like that's the thing. I think he helps their team because it gives them another attacking option. Like it's like he gives them an extra body that's potentially better than what they had in some aspects. But he doesn't help them win the league because he doesn't bring you anything more than he doesn't bring you anything off the field that you weren't already getting from like Zinchenko and Jesus. He doesn't really give you anything on the pitch that you weren't getting from anyone. Like, he's not going to be the difference to them winning the league or not. And if he is, then he has to have a crazy season where he scores like 20 plus league goals. And if that happens, that's just a freak season. Like, that's just a freak season. Because he was never doing that at Chelsea. Even if he got to his best, he was never scoring 20 league goals for us.
I don't know what doing I don't know what doing the habits mean. You mean just scoring goals but not winning anything? So,
but again,
I feel like Havertz is the same thing
with
Chelsea.
You can do habits. That's fine.
Yeah, do it.
When he scored for us, he won things. Do you know what I mean?
Hold on.
Hang on. So what that means is he's going to score 12 league goals.
Well,
exactly.
And only start playing from February onwards.
I pray Sterling does a Havertz, because that would mean Sterling will score 2 less league goals than who was our replacement for him, Jadon Sancho. Because Havertz scored less goals than Jackson last season, and Jackson's shit apparently to everyone. So I'm cool with that.
I'm sorry. This is a Havertz team that last season, like the season before, didn't pass any of the cups a quarterfinal. We're scared of that Havertz. We're scared of that Havertz that missed a clear chance today. That Havertz.
The only way Sterling wins Arsenal the league is if Arsenal are good enough to win the league and they don't bottle it in crucial moments. So it's not a Sterling issue, it's an Arsenal issue. It's always been an Arsenal. Well, no, it's an Arteta issue, in my opinion. It's always been an Arteta issue. Sterling can't win them the league if Arteta doesn't put them in a position to win it. So who cares?
We're going to do the squad thing.
2 more topics. So let's go ahead and get into this one, which will be quick. And it's David Washington. The deal for Washington collapses. So we go into... Shut up, Chris. Breaking: Strasbourg will finalize the arrival of Chelsea striker David Washington for $17.6 million, which is... I don't think we got this guy for really cheap. I don't think anything...
How did it fall?
We didn't get him for cheap. We're going for like 16 million.
Yeah.
I was
never mind.
We would have made about 4 million profit on what we signed.
Okay.
Can I just say this whole thing is just farcical? How no one say how could we get 17 million? We literally rated our own player £1 million more than one of our clubs rated one of our club's players by 1 million. This whole thing is farcical to begin with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll be honest. As I say, the whole thing with Washington is a farce, but for me, it's just the entire situation's a complete.
Someone put it yesterday. There was a tweet that said Chelsea is the only club who still could collapse when they're trading one player to the other club. Yes. It's the only club where transfer collapse But it's literally two clubs that are owned by the same company. It's the only
How
club.
did that collapse?
I don't know.
So,
Maybe the facts
Did we
didn't
not like our own
work.
deal to each other? Like, what happened?
That's what I mean, yeah. Maybe someone
was
Someone
told-
said you're being a cunt, and you're like,
I was told, oh well, not told. I read that apparently the deal didn't go through because, like it's too dodgy. Because apparently, like he's not worth the amount of money or whatever.
No,
and we own both clubs.
No, you're wrong.
Oh,
What
so
happened is that when Stanley was negotiating with Egbali was on the Strasbourg. When Stanley was on the Chelsea. That's why it collapsed.
Huh?
you cannot laugh like this.
when Stanley leaves the room, like,
What is wrong with this guy, man?
forced negotiations.
No,
God damn.
Honestly, there's probably going to be a picture of with Stanley holding two phones. And both to the at the same time. I want this one. No, we're not going to buy it. You're going to buy it. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Or flip of a
It's
coin.
so dumb.
The flip of the coin. Do you go here or not? It's just how fast, man. That's what it was.
Yeah. So David Washington to Chelsea or David Washington from Chelsea to Hull City or Strasbourg is not going to happen. I thought the Hull City one would at least happen, but no. I didn't even realize the Strasbourg thing until you guys pulled it out, and I was like, wait a minute, that's true. This is our club. What the fuck? Oh man, what a mess.
That's got to be.
But Marshall, you're telling me a guy who played 26 minutes last season isn't worth 21 million euros? Strasbourg's record signing?
Yeah, he's paid 20.
Penny
He's paid
pinchers
21
over at
minutes.
Strasbourg.
He's paid 21 minutes, and we've added £1.5 million to his overall total. What he won. I mean, this is amazing. PL2 must be really.
More minutes.
He must have pulled out in Premier League 2. That's all I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
So, yeah,
he
not
cleared
much to
it.
talk about.
I know the way when they reported the first time it collapsed, they were going like, oh, maybe one of the reasons is because they didn't want people like Premier League clubs saying you can't do that. But then they came back like an hour later and said, well, actually, it's back on. So in essence, they were going, I don't care if you investigate or not. We're just going to send him what you're going to do. Essentially, bring it on. It's like I want to see like did it collapse because of personal terms? Like, you just get the same contract, no changes. You just literally removing your contract to France. That's all we're doing. It's just in a different language now.
Maybe he doesn't like France. That's the problem.
It's the same contract. Oh, he signed a 6-year deal at Strasbourg. No, you just moved it from one company to the other. That's all you're doing. The contract is still the same. Farce, absolute farce.
It is a
Oh,
complete
it's-
farce.
And
It is
Andrew,
funny.
It's the same money. You just change the bank account.
Yeah.
No, it's not even
Bank
that.
of
They just
France.
moved it from their savings to the main one. That's what they'll just do like that. You know when you say you save up, just move it like that. Or
no
it's
deal.
the cash to the debit. That's what happened like that.
Oh
Just leave
my
it like
days. All right, last
Ridiculous.
topic before we get into the last two topics before we get into the predictions is the big one that everyone is talking about. And I might be being a little over the top with this, but some people actually believe this. So Osimhen commits career suicide. Let's look into it, right? So we got this. Let's see how the story played out. Hold on. Let me actually read the story before you hop on the headlines and stuff, just like everyone on Twitter. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, Osimhen Defense League. Okay, relax, Osimhen Defense League.
No. I'm not doing
I'm
not doing Defense League in South African. I was making a joke about what you said in the title of the segment, Marshall.
Oh, okay.
I said he's still alive. He's still alive.
He's still alive. Fair enough. Just somewhere. By the way, before we continue the story, guys, don't get fat. Smash the like buttons. Over 100 of you guys
Smash your fat fingers on the like button.
in the chat. Smash the likes, please. It helps us out with the algorithm. Let's go ahead and get into this one. So earlier in the last 48 hours, Fabrizio Romano came out with this. Chelsea have approached Napoli tonight to submit an official bid for Victor Osimhen, loan with obligation to buy. Meanwhile, Chelsea discussed salary terms with Victor. Al Ahly are at final stages of talks with Napoli, but deal only happens if Chelsea talks collapse. Then Ornstein comes out with the bomb, but Chelsea are awaiting a green light for Victor Osimhen over move to Stamford Bridge before advanced talks with Napoli about signing him ahead of transfer window closing. He's keen to join. So we continue on. Chelsea are still keen to complete the Victor Osimhen deal, but it is being held up by negotiations over incentives in player contract. Victor Osimhen has been asking for something like 300k a week to move to Chelsea. I don't think they will stretch to that. His offer from Saudi is 650k a week, tax-free, coming from Sky Cava. We continue on. Victor Osimhen has been considered by Saudi Pro League side Al Ahly, but they are working to recruit Ivan Toney and cannot acquire both, according to David Ornstein. This was something that wasn't clear when we were discussing this, whether they can acquire both or not. So Ornstein making it clear it was one or the other. Continuing on, Chelsea presented a new proposal to Victor Osimhen tonight, but it's still not good enough. They did their best with the new proposal. Victor does not want to cut his Napoli salary too much, according to Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea have a limit on what they can offer Victor Osimhen because of FFP. They have not reached the right amount requested yet, according to Fabrizio Romano. So we have here below also, Victor Osimhen is absolutely furious at the moment. He and Napoli are in a real intense situation. Napoli started to ask more money for Osimhen from Al Ahly when they saw they were going for Ivan Toney. Now, this was a big plot twist that happened in the midst of that hour, right? Hour and a half of the window closing. And we thought by now, we're his only option, or he goes to Napoli. And it seemed that we played our cards right. We continue on here. Victor Osimhen has been very angry with Napoli in recent minutes. He thinks he will not leave for London. All parties on ground are trying to find a last-ditch solution. Victor Osimhen is absolutely furious. Same thing that I read before. And then here it is, the official word from Fabrizio. Deal completely off for Victor Osimhen. No agreement with Chelsea and CFC delegation now leaving Napoli. If nothing happens from Saudi in the next 3 days, Osimhen will stay at Napoli, but he's not going to be part of the first-team squad. Relationships currently completely broken. Sky Cava saying, I think Chelsea pushed the boat as far as they could. There were reports that Victor Osimhen was asking for something like £330,000 a week. I don't think Chelsea were going to pay him that. But right until the deadline, Chelsea have been trying to sign Victor Osimhen. Final offer went in this evening. He still hasn't got back to them, but they did tell me they are resigned now to the fact that the deal is off. Victor Osimhen has been excluded from Napoli's Serie A squad list, and also number 9 will no longer be on his shirt. Napoli have decided to give number 9 to Romelu Lukaku with immediate effect. Why Chelsea didn't go for other striker, according to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea really wanted to try Osimhen until the end. They were never really convinced on alternatives such as Toney or Duran, and neither were the Chelsea fans. Chelsea's offer to Osimhen revealed 4 million, and this is from Di Marzio, the Italian side of things, so take it with a pinch of salt or believe it, do whatever you want to do. So 4 million euros per season guaranteed, plus another 4 million in bonuses. So 2 million for UCL qualification and 2 million for goals and appearances. The 4 million guaranteed is less than half of his Napoli salary. I can't fathom that this is actually what we did, but let's continue on. Chelsea would have at least needed to get to 8 million euros to 9 million euros for 9 million euros for Osimhen. That would be at least closer to his 11 million net per season. But Chelsea decided not to do that. And here we have from PYS, or Fabrizio, I should say, Chelsea made between 5 to 7 proposals to try and sign Victor Osimhen, but none of them came quote-unquote even close to his Napoli salary. Chelsea tried a base wage plus add-ons for UCL qualifications and goals scored. They did their best for FFP, according to Fabrizio. And the last tweet I have here, also in relation to this, I think this is going to be something that gets brought into the conversation, is João Felix and Jadon Sancho have accepted significant pay cuts to take their chances at an ambitious club willing to bet that as they enter what should be the prime years of their careers, they can find their way back into a sharp upward trajectory. And that's coming from The Athletic. So a lot happened in that hour. A lot of people upset with Victor Osimhen. Some people defending it. Upset with, Clear Lake saying that we should have offered him the salary. I personally am of the camp that I want to see the other side of this. I want to see what we actually offered. Obviously, we're probably never going to know, because that's the one criticism. That would be the one criticism I have, depending on what we offered him. I find it really, really insane to believe that we offered him 6 million euros or 4 million euros a season, which is an insane salary. I think it's like 68,000 a week or something. I think that's ridiculous. There's no way we offered him that. It's too stupid. It's too stupid. But depending on what was offered, then that's where I will elude my criticism. But as of right now, I think leading up to this, everyone was saying that we played our cards right, that we had him pinned into the corner and that he was going to accept. But he dug his heels and decided he wanted to just keep his salary. Depending on whether or not that salary was too low or not, I don't know. But go ahead, Server.
I just think, I think you're right. I think in the end, it came down to a game of financial chicken, right? That's what it came down to in the end. Listen, I can see both sides. You're asking someone to drop a considerable amount of the weekly wage that they're already on. Do you know what I mean? I know people say, yeah, well, now he's not playing for 4 months. That's just the chance you get. But you ask someone to uproot, move to another country, again, offering to pay less than half of what he already makes at this moment in time, whether you incentivize it or not. It's the other thing. Did he have bad advisors? Probably. We know that the agent is desperately looking for a big payoff because he's going to have his license taken away soon, stuff like that. So listen, that's down to him, that you have to take personal choice, and he's out now till at least January. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to play for Napoli again. They've taken away his number. They just said they're not integrating him.
He burned the bridge.
Fabrizio just tweeted he's not going to be integrated back into the squad. And we know what Conte's like. Conte is a stubborn man. He will when he commits to something, he will commit to something. Do you know what I mean? He will do whatever decision it is, whether it's even to leave a club, he will commit to it. And I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking, I think the circumstances of the transfer window over the last few weeks have changed for Chelsea in the place of now, where I think they suddenly feel, it'd be great to have a striker like we all would want. Victor Osimhen, of course we'd want, but they probably look back and go, the addition of Neto, the addition of Felix, and the addition of Sancho, are the goals now going to be spread around? We have more chances and stuff like that. I mean, I would have taken him anyway, but even with that, but maybe that comes. If we're talking about if we had the same sort of window we had up until before Neto signed, I think we would have paid him. Do you know what I mean? I think we would have caved in the end. Now it's just a point of, who's desperate or not? Are we that desperate? I mean, I'm sure we're all thinking if we got Osimhen and he banged, that was us for definite top four, and maybe we might have pushed on for something more. But now we're in a battle for top four essentially with other clubs. But if they're going to stick to their guns and something like that, then that's on them to do so, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So,
and I'm
not going to really pile on Victor Osimhen. I think the thing is about it is that when it came down to it, it was one of choices: either leave or stay there. What I don't know, having 4 months out of football with not due to injury, I don't know, bro. I don't know what damage that does for him. Do you know what I mean? Going forward.
I mean, look at Ivan Toney this season. Really,
yeah, but he was out. No, that's totally different. He was banned.
No, but the situation is the same. Meaning you're out of football for so long that Toney came back and didn't look the same. That's the point.
All right. Tony's is obviously Tony's his own fault for what he did.
No, we're not. No, but we're not talking about why.
No, let me finish. Don't jump in. Just let me finish. Obviously, Tony's his punishment is his own fault. He's not. This has not come down to a decision where this is like Victor's one where he's refused to join a club and then the club just banished him and stuff like that. This is different. You know what I mean? Osimhen has decided to basically put himself out of football for 4 months at least. He's decided to literally take himself out of football of his own accord Tony's was his own fault as well, but his was
got
down
caught.
to a punishment.
Yeah.
He was down to a punishment
Yeah.
of court and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, but the results of it, I don't know. Are they going to even allow him to train at Napoli?
Probably not.
He can't
but he'll
train
play international games.
Tony could train right up until a certain from a certain date. He wasn't allowed there from May to.
Yeah, but that's again. Tony was, like you said, he's banned. Osimhen.
Yeah, but he got banned. What I mean is I believe Tony's original thing. He was banned from May to like September.
He was banned until, I think he was banned until September, and then could train from
and then
September
he could train from September. So he was integrated into the squad from September to like January, so he can play again. This one is totally.
He can't train with them unless it's with the ones or whatever.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, which is like which is different again. He's like totally booted out.
My opinion.
Yeah, Prime. I want to hear your perspective on this since you're a really big advocate for him.
Actually, first of all, before I speak, I'm assuming no one else has anything to say. No,
I'm giving you the platform right now to discuss. No one try to interrupt him. Let me just hear what Prime has to say.
I know CP wants to slander before I actually be serious. So, do you want to say anything, CP, or no?
Just go, Prime. Go ahead and say what you have to say. CP can say what he wants to say after.
Yeah.
Okay, the bastard. Anyway, I think with this, I think it's embarrassing on all parts, to be fair. For us to spend so long, over a year chasing this guy, having the cards basically in our hands, and then to wind up not signing him, I think it's dumb on our part. However, I do respect the fact of we stood firm on that we're not going to give in to wage demands. When you look at the players that we've signed, like Neto was willing to take a pay cut, Sancho was willing to take a pay cut, to Neto, Sancho, Felix was willing to take a pay cut to come and join us. And fine, for Sancho and Felix's perspective, those who have been flops for the past few seasons anyway, so them taking a pay cut to join us is a different thing. But with Neto, he's been playing very well for Wolves the past few seasons. So him taking a pay cut to join us is an interesting thing. For Victor, you would think from his perspective, someone who is actually supposed to be a Chelsea fan, him taking the wage incentives at least for a year, and then if he performs well in that year, you're then in a better negotiating position to demand more, because we've seen it from Cole Palmer, for example. I think from Napoli's perspective, the way they've played this is horrible the past few years. How
100%.
The way they won the title, Spalletti then got the Italian job, and then in the space of like a season, sacking 3 managers, and then last year having another bad season. I think last summer their plan was ultimately to sell Victor Osimhen, but to actually have some sort of a bidding war. That's why they set the price to like 100 mil, but they were trying to increase it to at least like 120, 130. They thought they would be in a bidding war. They could get a bidding war between Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, PSG, get all these big clubs, super clubs with money, and try and bid and get the best price for them. Man United, they went and spent big money on that Højlund guy. Arsenal spent big money on Havertz. Chelsea, instead of buying him, we got Jackson last season. And then this year, Chelsea were the only world club like serious trying to get him in Europe. PSG wanted him, sure, but with their financial issues, they had to sell one of Gonzalo Ramos or Kolo Muani in order to try and sign him, and that didn't obviously pan out. Saudi came in for him, which again makes sense. Saudi, they're trying to grow their brand and signing, one of the best African players on the planet. Makes sense for them from a branding perspective. His agent has dealt with this. It's also been very poor as well. He's not had Victor's best interest at heart. He's been trying to chase the bag. This guy, when you look at his client list, of players that he has. He doesn't really have a lot of players, and his biggest client is Victor Osimhen. I think the only other big name client that he has is Juan Jesus, the center back that plays for Napoli. So it's saying that the guy just was trying to get a massive payday. And like you said, Marshall, his license is getting revoked, I think, by the end of this season or something, or by next summer. So he's trying to get as much money as he can out of this deal. Napoli, De Laurentiis, they're trying to get as much money from this deal themselves that they possibly can. But again, I think ultimately, on all parts, it's embarrassing. Even from Victor's perspective as well. Like, if you really do want to come to Chelsea, and understand agents can have more control over you than you would like, but if you really do want to come to Chelsea, you should have done a lot more to force your hand. Like, we know how stubborn and strong-headed you can be. You should have done a lot more to force your hand. You should have been willing to just take the pay cut. I know that the Saudi money is very tempting. Marshall and I have disagreeing thoughts on this, but I know the Saudi money is very tempting. I understand the perspective of from where he came from, to get that Saudi money, to get generational wealth, to be able to do so many things back in Nigeria with that money. I understand the temptation of that. And if he had taken the Saudi deal, which he probably still can, I think their transfer window closed on Monday. If he takes that deal, to be fair, I actually won't blame him. Fair enough. Take the bag. But
I mean, he doesn't have a choice. He wants to play.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. We'll see. But to end the window for Chelsea, to end the window where you can't go to Chelsea, and who knows what happens. Maybe Chelsea go for you in January. But if Jackson starts the season brilliantly, which he's already has, he scored. Jackson, say by January, if he has 10 goals, that's what he scored 14 in the Prem last year. If he's on 10 by January, all of a sudden the conversation is, do we actually need Victor? Let's just stick with Jackson. You haven't played football for half a season. A lot of the big clubs don't need strikers and might not be willing to take that risk on you. That means you'll have to go back to another like mid-table-ish, top 6-ish club and restart again. Napoli, the bridges there have been burnt. So, and they have Conte. So unless Conte gets sacked for whatever reason, you're not getting back to play for them. Like, and even from the perspective of playing for Nigeria, like, there's yes, you're called up for the current international break now. That's going to happen, but like, you're not playing games. You're not match fit. Even if you get called up to the squad, you don't have a right to be playing for us if you're not match fit. If Victor Boniface stays fit for us, for example, he then becomes our starting striker. Because about a year ago, the conversation was between Osimhen or Boniface of who should be playing for Nigeria. Boniface got injured going into AFCON. Victor got the nod up top. But ultimately, if he's fit, Boniface, he gets the spot and he's playing. Like, having a year or say half a season now not playing football is absolutely shambolic. Again, this is embarrassing on all parts. There is no, let's just laugh at Victor or let's laugh at Napoli. No, it's embarrassing for all parts.
Well, exactly. So, going back to what you're saying, embarrassing on all parts. Like, the fact that Chelsea spends so much time trying to get this player is stinky. I think Napoli really shot themselves in the foot trying to raise that price last minute. Because now that Saudi deal is not on the table, they got nothing out of this signing. And now Osimhen isn't a part of the squad. They're paying wages for a player that has burned a bridge with them. I mean, does anyone else on the panel think that there's a possibility we go back for him in January?
No.
I don't think we need him.
No.
I don't think we
Go ahead, Scott.
I want to take him in Jan.
Oh,
Don't think we need him at all. I didn't think we need him in the first place.
I think we'll go in the summer.
I don't think we need, like, again, you guys know my thoughts on this.
The keyword is need, by the way, ladies and gents in the chat.
But I said back in March that if we don't get Victor Osimhen or Victor Gyökeres, I'm sticking with Jackson. If Jackson does well, I expect him to. I expect Jackson to hit 20 Premier League goals. With the attack we have, I expect him to hit 20. or get close enough 17. If Jackson does that, I don't need him. I don't need Victor Osimhen. I love him. I want him at Chelsea, but ultimately, if Jackson's performing, I don't need you to come in.
Curry Pirate, you want to close us out on this before we move on to the next topic?
Do you have anything actually to add to this, or are you going to make jokes? I don't mind if you make jokes, but I just want to know.
You'll find out. Okay, I'm not gonna. So come on.
Fair enough.
Would you ask Chris Rock to name his stand-up routine before he went?
Yeah, thank you.
Don't ask Curry Fire the same thing.
Yeah. I'm going to Chris.
No matter if you think he's funny or not, it doesn't matter. I just say
but
funniest man in the world.
I'm going to let him bomb.
If I'm going to a Chris Rock stand-up special, I'm going there knowing that he's a comedian going to make jokes.
You think Will Smith asked Chris Rock his piece at the Oscars before he went
Andrew, I know Chris Rock is going to make jokes. I'm asking CP, are you going to make jokes? Or are you going to be serious?
Can't ask someone that when they're about to perform. You just cannot do that. It's against the rules.
Perform, Curry Pete. Perform. What are you going to do?
At this point, if you don't make any jokes, I'm going to boo you. So just make you.
Okay, anyways, I'm happy we didn't get the Nigerian Andy Carroll. Props to us.
I wish you would have told us after that one.
He said in Discord.
But in all honesty, I don't think we should go for him, even if we need a striker next season. F that. The way Victor Gyökeres is playing he's having another insane season. He has a release clause. I would do what we did with Nkunku. Pay up the money extra in December and make him join in the summer if we really need a striker. Because that's going to be a guy who looks currently, because he scored 9 goals in 4 games, who's going to match his numbers like he did last season. Not like a Victor who scores 10, 13, 14, then a 25, then a 14. This guy's going to be consistent because he scored 20 plus in Coventry. Then he scored like something like 30 plus in the league last year, and then he's on pace to score 30 plus this year again. It's a guy who's constantly improving and getting better with those numbers and being consistent. And honestly, based on our squad, I would spend that money on center backs. I would spend that money on a world-class center back next summer instead of a striker. Unless we need a striker, I'm saying Victor Gyökeres, but other than that, center backs. Like 1 or 2, fuck it. Let's spend 140 on 2 70-pound center backs that are like proven. I don't want to spend money on centre back. I want to see if these two can be a partnership. No, I'm not saying this season.
We got to see this season.
The centre back for me shouldn't happen. And by the way, when you say world class centre back, what name are you thinking right now? That you know the club would go for.
Yeah, age profile, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say he's
so
fully world class yet. I wouldn't say. No, I wouldn't. I don't think he's world class yet. But if Hincapié for Bayer Leverkusen has another great season because he can play, he's pacey, he's ball playing, and he plays in a 3-back formation for Alonso. And I don't think he would cost 70 million. But I'm saying he's young.
I think he's going to Real Madrid next year.
Possibly.
We'll see, but I'm saying that's a person who matches the age profile, matches the playstyle profile, and plays in a back 3 and can cover wide positions as well for me. So I would say Hincapié is like one right now for me, clearly, at least on the left side.
But I get what Andrew is saying. Like CP, I agree with you that our centre backs are ass. But ultimately, we need to find a partnership. So just play. Like he wants to stick.
I'm not saying this season. Like I'm not saying this December. I'm saying next summer.
I know what you're saying, but like that's my point. Let's see where we are. That's my thing with Jackson as well. Let's see where we are. Let's see what the centre back market is like next summer.
Let's get an actual centre back partnership to play more than 10 games.
The Gyökeres thing is interesting, but as of right now, he's only had one great season. If he replicates it this season, then fair enough. But again, Jackson, he scored 14 goals last year. If he was at a different team doing that, Chelsea fans would be saying, let's sign Nicholas Jackson. He's quality. If Jackson replicates this and get 20 goals, or let's say 17 in the Prem, for argument's sake, if he hits 17 league goals in the Premier League, then do we need a striker at that point? If if he gets, I don't know, 10 in all comps or something, do we need a striker? No.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'd be fine. And also, Felix can play false 9, Cooper can play false 9, Palmer can play false 9 if needs be. I want Victor Osimhen, but ultimately, like, I'm not annoyed that we didn't sign him. I'm annoyed of this whole transfer saga. How it's just
the thing about this thing is like we already know, and they probably. I think why I also like the Jadon Sancho thing is that next year we've got Esteval and Kendrick Pius joining. And I've always said I don't want them joining and everything being piled on them when they join, right? I don't want them. Oh, he's got to play. If like even if you end up next summer selling him, I'm not saying we would, but selling an Nkunku or something like that because he just doesn't feel he hasn't played well or something like that. At least you've still got other options there. You're not then going, Esteban's got to play, Kendrick Pius has got to play. The 18 coming over to not even a continent, a brand new continent, different time zone, stuff like that. They're going to have their families settle them in. Let them settle for 6 months to a year first before you're going, he's got to play, or just drip feed them into the culture. Do you know what I mean? First, do you know what I mean?
People have to remember,
it's. I'm sure there's even like I'm sure there's going to be someone a new South American striker that's going to be signed over the next 6 months to a year or something like that. But I think they were the reason, like I said before, one of the reasons they didn't go headfast into caving into Osimhen's demands is because of what's happened in the last 3 weeks of the transfer window. Neto, Felix, Sancho. Do you know what I mean? Options there that free up. That means you can play Palmer in the 10. Do you know what I mean? You can play him in the 10. Madueke, like I said on other streams, if I'm speaking to Madueke, I don't want you focusing on assisting other players. You are a goal scorer. I'm saying to him, you're a goal scoring winger. Yep. That's what you are. I don't care about your assist record. I just care about your goal record because you can use both feet. We've got other players who can do that creating stuff just like that. Jackson, you're not playing on the wing. You're not playing wide. You're just up front. I just need you to have 25% more accuracy in your goals. That's all I need, and you'll get over 20. You'll get over 20.
I don't even need Jackson to have more accuracy. Jackson can have the same amount of accuracy he's been having. No. But my thing is, even with the same amount of accuracy he's been having or efficiency he's been having, just create more chances. If you create more chances, he will score more goals. It's based on logic alone. So I don't need him to be more accurate. I just need more service for him. Better service. Quality, which we should have. And I also think ownership, well, Maresca, we'll see. I think they've got faith in Jackson. Jackson showed last season, not just his goals, but also his all-round play. That, there is a player there. There is a player. He showed last weekend all aspects of his game, the good and the bad side. With a good header, nice setup for Palmer's second goal, and the way he dropped into midfield when we were in the transition, and he done a flip and just took like 3 players out and set up and started the chances and stuff like that. Now he showed other sides of the game that I don't know if you could iron them out or not, given his age and stuff like that. Like, I swear there was a part where in the first half against Wolves where he could have passed it to the left and set someone up. I can't remember who it was on the left, but he could have rolled them through. He didn't put his head up. His offsides. Again, his offsides. His offsides he needs to sort out properly. Yeah. Just be more, like I said, be more efficient. Not even like I said, go up a bit more. Just take those chances. Well, take the easier chances, because the hard chances somehow he takes. Most of the time, the hardest chance that you don't expect him to do, he takes. It's the ones where you go, how the fudge? Why am I saying fudge? How the fuck did you miss that?
Trying to be PG did you miss that? Channel is not even PG.
How the hell did you miss that chance when you go, that's just... Do you remember, was it way at City when he hit it near post and he had the goal was the bigger gap was the far side, but he still decided to hit it near post.
Yeah.
Listen, Jackson's 23, and last season was his first season, like, playing professional football the whole year, and he was playing up top on his own, I think he's fine. Like with
exactly.
I think, again, I don't know. I've got faith in him. I think he'll be fine. Like we just
and I think
start creating more chances for him, he'll bag more goals. Like that's just simple enough. He doesn't need to be more accurate.
I agree. I agree. And I think we'll also be getting goals from multiple parts of the pitch, not just our striker, based on like what we've seen in the system.
I genuinely, there's two things with this. Number one is depending on how many minutes they play, outside of Gui and Mudryk, I see every other attacker getting 10 league goals.
Yeah, I can see that.
Really?
You're muted.
70.
Oh, there you go.
That's 70 or 80 goals there. I expect our attack to have an 85+ goal season, and all it takes is one of Neto, Nkunku, or Jackson to have a Cole Palmer level season, and it's 90+ goals.
That should be top 4.
Scott, you
that's
know,
top 4
never.
Last season, there were 2 teams that got 90+ goals.
Yeah, Man City and Arsenal. Man City got 96 and Arsenal got
Scott.
91.
Wait, wow, Prime, just wow. What did I do?
I don't know.
You did something.
Okay. Scott, you do know Neto's never scored double digits.
No, he does get.
I expect him. I'll be real. I expect Nkunku to match Jackson.
Yeah, it's harder.
Yeah, but Neto of the 3, Neto's the one I expect the least of in terms of to hit that.
If anything, he'll probably get more assists.
In fact, the guy I expect to step up in this position is Nkunku. Like, I need minimum match Jackson from last season. Minimum.
Yeah, I agree.
He should be the one. He should be the one filling in that goal void, filling in that void that we didn't have from last season.
Do you think Nkunku is a starter?
Yes.
If he's not, then questions need to be had.
I think the only guaranteed starters in the front line are Jackson and Palmer.
Yeah, and if Palmer's a starter and he's playing in the attacking one of the 2 10 areas, the other 10 has to be someone who is like
not necessarily
a little bit more, because then it's 2 attacking. And
you can play like here's a way it works if you have, because the way I think it'll work and the way I'm hoping that he makes it work in when everyone's fit is you just have Reece or Gusto as the overlapping, as the wide player in the front 5, and then you have Palmer as that starts as a winger but drifts inside, and you have Nkunku as the other 10, Nkunku or Felix, but it should be Nkunku. But like to me, I'm sorry, if Nkunku doesn't bag this season, then questions need to be had.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think he's, if he doesn't bag, I think he's more likely to leave him to someone or try and sell him. I really do.
Listen,
you got Esteban Kendry Paez coming in.
We're having this conversation about him bagging. Listen, can he even stay fit? It's a problem.
That's another one too. But
I don't have concerns with Maresca here about him staying fit.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, Andrew, my concerns of him losing his spot are not to Paez and Esteban. I think he loses his spot to Felix. That should never happen.
No. But what I'm saying is, sorry, let me preface this. Whoever like, you're right, but at least they're like, we're not like going, well, we're not having anyone else. We've still got those 2 wonder kids to settle in a bit more, and we've still got Jadon Sancho will probably sign on a permanent and stuff like. What I'm saying is, if we do so, and Nkunku, I don't think it's going to be for us at the time. I don't think it will be a massive loss. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sitting here going, oh man, I'll be sad because he's a very talented player. I'll be sad if it doesn't work, but it's not. It wouldn't be a surprise if he doesn't do it this season and we sell him. I'm not going to go, oh man, I can't believe we're going to sell Nkunku and stuff like that. If it doesn't, so we're not at the club. I can wait 3 or 4 years for some guy to step up and do. He had a horrible first season. Got injured and stuff like that. So I'll forgive him the first, but this one he should be more. I hope he's got the attitude of going, shit, I've got to really up my game. You know what I mean? I've got to up my game even from. I know I was injured last year. I've got to up my game because I've got.
The thing is,
Felix and Sancho, and I've got Palmer and Madueke here as well. I've got to up my game even if I have to go up in a striker position. I've got to bag goals. I've got to bag them because I'm not the penalty taker.
And the thing is like I don't think him. I think you could give him not 3 to 4 years, but like 3 years max, 2 to 3 years to kind of bed in and this, that, and the other. If he wasn't who he was, like for a Lavia, for example, I'm calm to give him a couple years because he's probably not a starter when everyone's fit, but he might be now because he's like the best 6 at the moment that we've got. But he might not be a starter when everyone's fit. He's got
Caicedo and Enzo don't get because of their price tags. They don't get that.
Yeah, but like Nkunku is an in-prime starter. He's a full French national. He is a former Bundesliga top goal scorer, multiple-time team of the season in Bundesliga. He is that's why I expect minimum 14, 15 league goals this season, minimum.
I don't disagree with you whatsoever. I expect that even when we know there's going to be multiple rotations with him as well, even him included because of load management and stuff like that.
I agree.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go one further. I'm going to go one further because I think Palmer gets more assists and goals this season. I think minimum. I think he has to end this season as top goal scorer.
Wait, Nkunku?
Yes,
as our top goal scorer.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
I can see that. I think he's more.
Again. I'll say it again. We're talking about in his prime.
He's more clinical than Jackson.
I actually agree. He's more clinical.
Technically speaking, he's the best attacker in the team on paper.
Yeah.
I expect top goal scorer. If Jackson, this is no disrespect to who I'm mentioning. If Jackson is outscoring you, that's an issue. I don't care that he plays striker. If Felix is outscoring you, that's an issue. I like Felix. He's not better than you. If Sancho outscores you, if Madueke outscores you, I
hear you on the others. But...
I'll be real. First of all, I don't believe he's our best attacker. But second of all, he's not going to be top goal scorer. That's going to be Jackson.
He's a better finisher than Jackson.
He's a better finisher than Jackson.
Being a better finisher doesn't mean he'll be top goal scorer.
He's a better finisher than Jackson. He's a better passer than Jackson. He's got more skill than Jackson.
That doesn't mean he'll be top goal scorer.
No, it should be. No. That means he should.
No.
That's what he should.
If Jackson is receiving the majority of our chances, then Jackson should be the top goal scorer.
Well, no, because he's not clinical. He's not more clinical than I think Nkunku's in that position. He's more clinical than Jackson.
So let me get this straight, Scott.
No, hold on, Chris.
Yeah,
but Jackson's going to be receiving the majority of our chances.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Do we?
And also, Nkunku's not going to take pens either. There's no way he can be top goal scorer for us.
Well, he can because we just no. I think me and Scott are in agreement. We think Palmer's goals will be less this year, but his assists will be.
Yeah.
So
are you guys saying overall this season or in the league?
This season, in
league.
the Premier League.
No, league.
Yeah.
In the league. Okay.
Can I say something with the Nkunku
Go
thing?
ahead, Chris. Wait, let Chris go.
No, I just want to ask a question realistically, if Nkunku doesn't score more on Jackson, you're not saying get rid of him, are you? If he doesn't score more on Jackson, say Jackson gets 19.
But for me, it depends, right? If Jackson goes on a tear and gets an Erling Haaland level season, then no. It's all about context. But if we're sitting here at the end of the season and Jackson scored 16 and Nkunku's on 12, then yes, I'm going to have questions.
Okay, I hear you as well.
There's also we could see.
How many goals do you think Nkunku will get?
How many do I think he gets? Anywhere from 14 to 17, 18.
Okay, because I'm expecting Jackson to hit around 20, 17 minimum, 16, 17 minimum. I'm expecting from Jackson.
We also got to put into context so that you could see Nkunku's all-round GNA pull up because he might lay on a few assists for Jackson as well. So I don't mind that. Do you know what I mean? So that could be if he has. I'm not saying he will get that, but if he can get even half or 3/4 like the GNA that Palmer got last season in a less talented forward line than this one, then that helps as well. If we get like Scott saying, these guys minimum of 10 goals, I'm not even talking about assists, just 10 goals or something like that, then we're talking we should, even with the defence, because remember last year, Spurs and Villa finished 4th and 5th, they conceded over 60 goals. Do you know what I mean? So it's we should be hitting top 4 with quite some ease. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with that. I think we fully have the quality to do so. I think this is a really good discussion on the striker scenario at Chelsea. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens, and I think the next game tomorrow is going to give us a little bit more of a light on the situation.
I don't think
hope
Kuku
it does.
starts. He played midweek, so Kuku
And
yeah,
that might be another issue too. But
I think it's the same team that played against
again.
I think so too. Yeah.
No, it's rotation. You know that. Don't even try.
I think he starts
again. But this is our top goal scorer. Remember, that's fine. Anyways, Marshall. Speaking of predictions,
isn't he our top scorer this season, or in all comps, or is he joined us?
He's not in the league. I know that for a fact.
No, but just in all comps, he's joined, right? He's got 2 or something.
Listen, all I know is my striker.
Oh no, he's second because Medawaki got 3, so he's second.
All I know is my striker bagged in the league and Kuku hasn't. So that's all I know.
Who's your striker?
Jackson, my boy.
Oh, and Kuku got us through to the Conference League, so we're all good.
Oh, well done. But you guys said top 4 scorer in the league, and he's not. So.
No. I said in all comps. I said in all comps.
Oh no, goals for a league.
So he's over Jackson already. So we're ready.
All comp stats is what we're doing. All comp stats.
Shameful, Jackson. Shameful.
Hey, Jackson's better. Jackson's better than Servette. That's all I'm saying.
Let's move on to the next topic before we get this. This is a good idea that I wanted to present to you guys. So
you sure? When are we going to get into the squad and the bloody the predictions of 2 hours in?
This is it right now. We're recapping the window. Listen, you guys like to talk.
When we do this next season, why don't we do like we do WrestleMania? Just do it over 2 nights. Why don't we just do that?
All right, I'm gonna go through defense, go to midfield and attack. Let's actually look at this bloated squad and debunk this fact that we have a bloated squad.
What's that? Does everyone remember that? Does everyone remember that game? What's it? Is it Clue or something like? You guess like, oh, does your player have a moustache? And then you pick down like.
All right, I'll go ahead and.
Before you go, can I just say this, right?
This is why we never get to where we got to get to, guys. We'll just always derail. We'll always derail. Go ahead.
Chris, we don't care what you think. Anyway, Marshall, remember the stream we had? Yeah, but you're not a person. Anyway, Chris, Marshall, you remember the stream we had like a week or 2 ago where you were complaining about the players that we had left? And I said, we have almost a week left of the window. We'll get rid of our players. Like, just relax. Remember that stream?
All right. Well, let's look at this so I can tell you whether we should relax or not.
Did you really stop Marshall for that? Did you stop Marshall?
All right. Petrovic went to Strasbourg. I'm going to continue without you guys. Bergstrom, is he still in the club or not?
No,
he went online.
He went on loan.
All right, he went on loan. So that's another one that we don't have to worry about. Beach, I think he's on loan as well, right?
Did you call me?
He went online.
Bettinelli's the 3rd choice keeper, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's still there.
All right.
He's home quota
is gone.
He's home quota.
Home quota. Defensively.
Oh, Chalobah's gone.
I don't know. Chalobah's gone.
Chalobah's gone. Humphries is gone.
Are we gonna say that Akyumpom is part of the squad, or is he under 21s?
He's under 21s.
Under 21s. So we're not even gonna count him.
He's out of here.
He's in and out, right, Scott? You would say.
He's probably going to play more PL too. Unless there's an injury, unless Gusto and James is out for a long-term injury or something like that.
Hey, Andrew, guess who's out? Anyways, never mind. Action Bong's in 21s.
Caleb Wiley is on loan to Strasbourg.
I was wrong, by the way. Bergstrom is still here.
I thought so, yeah.
Oh,
Take that X away. Take that X away.
Genuinely thought he was out online.
Fix that.
Take that X away.
Let's see. Chilwell is part of the squad, but he's isolated.
No, he's not part of the squad.
He's not part of the squad. He's at Chelsea.
No. He's in the shadow.
You're keeping him there.
Go ahead,
then
Scott.
Akyumpong is there as well, because Akyumpong has actually been part of a squad.
All right, fair enough. I'll put a circle on him. I want
to pick that X. Put an X through his face.
Christ. He really wants
put an X through his face.
Right.
There we go. Thank you.
Alright.
I hate to bully you on your own channel, but sometimes it's no match. Right?
We don't have a solution for. What is he going to trade with the under 23?
It's
He's somewhere. Not here. Though.
Whatever. All right. So,
Marshall is actually working from home. Okay, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, Chilwell's working from home. Fair enough.
His training sessions are on Zoom. Okay, that's what happens.
Kellyman is part of the under 21s as well.
Yeah, out.
Nah, he's part of the squad.
No. He won't play. No, let's be he's not going to play. He's out. He's not going to play.
He's out.
Let's not do this. He was a PSR signing.
He's here.
Chukwemeka.
Where's Chukwemeka?
He's gone.
Put a question mark by him.
I don't know.
No, because the Portuguese
and Cassidy as well. Yeah, Cassidy as well. Yeah.
Some of the other leagues still have their transfer window open. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, things can happen. Andrin's gone.
Yes.
That's on midfield.
Sterling is done.
Yeah.
Tariq George is in the under 21s. I'm going to say. Gabriel is another question mark.
Yeah, he might leave.
Yeah.
There was a Felix here, so I'll just go ahead on that. And then Neto also is part of this, right?
Oh,
yeah, they didn't wait till the transfer window to make this image.
Wait, we had Sancho. You got Sancho. You had Sancho on it as well.
Oh yeah, Sancho. Fuck.
Sancho at the bottom with the other winger, or just put it there.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no. Scott, when you're right, you're right. All right,
Art Deco project is rubbish.
Yeah, I know.
Fofana's not part of the squad. If we're gonna say Chilwell's not part of the squad,
no. Question mark on Fofana.
No, he's part of the bomb squad. He's part of the bomb squad.
No, he's out.
Yeah, he's part of the bomb squad. Yeah, for sure. Kaku is finally gone. That's a big X for him.
Put another X. Make sure.
Washington is unknown.
I'm just gonna cross him out. Washington is a question mark or bomb squad?
No, he's a question mark.
It's a question mark. Yeah.
Oh, he's under 21s. He's just gonna go to the under 21s, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. He's on
All right, put next week. Yeah, I think put next week. He's not gonna play.
There we go.
And that's our team.
Can you put an extra Mudrick just for me? Can you just put an extra Mudrick just for me?
I'll put a little baby X next to him.
Not baby X like you're kissing him.
In the future.
Yeah, pecking him on the cheek.
Hey, like that. See the way Marshall treated Lukaku, yeah?
Mudrick, yeah.
We'll do this. We'll do it. No, I can't even change the color.
You draw a
of this
dunce
thing.
hat on him or something like that. Can you do that?
Yeah, I could do that. There we go. Nice little dunce hat. But yeah, our squad's not. I mean, I would say like obviously problematic ones because going back to what Prime was saying, like obviously we still have to get rid of Chilwell, so this is one that like is concerning. Whatever, I'm not really concerned about it, but something's got to happen to this kid. Cassidy, he probably will actually play a part in the team.
That's a 25-man squad, maybe.
I mean, and this is another player too that we never figured out. This is on the 21s. That solves itself.
Count the ones that haven't got anything by them.
Yeah.
Like, apart from the goalie, is the extra.
Yeah. And Gabriel too is another one we got to figure out. So there's 4 players that are like, or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Prime. There's
24-man squad.
There are 5 players Prime in this team that I'm like, okay, we gotta figure out something for them. But other than that, yeah, I mean, we still didn't get rid of everything. But
Marshall, by the way, like at the point when we had that discussion, like when the season started, wasn't Maresca saying I have a 21-man squad?
Yeah. No, he had to come out. Remember, he had to come out and say it because Jamie Carragher did that.
Yeah, I know, but like my point is, we had a 21-man squad at that point. We brought in Neto, Felix, Sancho. It's now a 24-man squad. That's a normal size squad.
Yeah,
and Bergstrom being there, he's technically an academy goalkeeper. So, and that's normal to have 3 goalkeepers and an academy one in your squad. There's nothing wrong with our squad. Looks just as good as.
Kellerman got a loan.
Size-wise.
I didn't know that.
Even if it's 24,
No,
it's probably more. Like we've been saying, it's probably more chance of if you're going to add something in the midfield, and you're not going to play Vega there. Sometimes it's like Caste. This profile probably makes more sense than a Carney in that midfield. Because Carney's more of an attacking midfielder.
With how many games we're playing, you know, with us playing in the Prem and playing in the CL and stuff, we need those players. So it's not as if people won't get minutes or won't get game time. You've seen so far, I think everyone more or less has gotten game time, barring Bettinelli.
Madueke playing well does not put pressure on Nkunku. They're not in the same position. It's more of a Felix type, Palmer type. He's putting pressure on himself. He has to perform.
No, Madueke does, just because it means then Palmer has to play centrally, which then means Nkunku.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But I think even if I'm just Madueke. No, I don't know. Let's move on to predictions. Man. We've been at 2 hours.
Come on.
Before I forget what the bloody whatever, stuff like that.
As per tradition here, we're gonna go ahead and do our little predictions. I'm gonna put the table up just so that we can have a reference and see the teams.
Wait for Chris. There's going to be a wild one from Chris, man.
This is always the wild card, man.
I'm not even taking. If there's not a wild one from Chris, I'm not even counting his predictions.
Fuck.
All right, we'll start off.
Andre.
We'll start off with.
He's probably got Ipswich in 6 or something like that. Let's go.
We'll start off with relegation.
What are we doing? Just the bottom 3, right? We're not doing.
Yeah, just the bottom 3. I'll start this off. I'm gonna say Southampton are gonna finish dead last.
Copycat.
What do you mean? You don't even know your predictions.
You're gonna say that because everyone will have them in the relegation.
Jesus Christ. I think Southampton finished dead last. Then I think Leicester get 19th. I think they yo-yo back down. And 18th is going to be Everton for me.
Wait, who'd you put 19th?
I don't think you put them in any order.
I literally did that identical. I wrote it down.
He said, no, you don't have to.
He said,
we have to put the bottom 3 in specific order. Bottom 3. Oh, for God's sake.
I said Southampton last, Leicester 19th, and then 18th is going to be, what did I say? Fuck.
You said Leicester, Everton 18th.
Everton, thank you. Even though Nottingham Forest is a good shout, they're up there, but they're no more Steve Cooper tax, so maybe that'll change things. Chris, is that the same exact order you have it in?
Identical. Southampton 20th, Leicester 19th, and Everton 18th. I literally did identical.
Well, there you go. Surfer, your turn.
You copied me.
Fuck you.
I'm so tempted to put Everton in the bottom 3.
Can't put Leeds in there.
But I think all the promoted teams will go down again. I'm putting Southampton 20th, Ipswich 19th, and Leicester 18th.
Southampton 20th, Ipswich 19th, and Leicester 18th. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, Ipswich might finish.
They just won't score enough goals. Oh,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I know Everton started off bad. I just think, like last season, there's just 3 worse teams than Everton.
Yeah. Andrew won't admit it, but he thinks BROJA is going to come through and save them.
That's when Poch goes. When they sack Dyson and Poch quits the USA job to go manage Everton, then we'll just see.
I hope that happens. Go ahead, Scott.
From bottom upwards, Everton, Leicester, Southampton.
Everton, Leicester, Southampton. Okay.
Everton seems to think.
You should want Everton guys to stay up to the 5 very
It's absolute. Bro, their team is awful.
Not wrong. Okay, Prime, your turn. You there, Prime?
It's Prime there.
Prime.
I'm muted. I forgot I was muted. So from 20 until from 20 to 18.
Whatever order you want to do, yeah.
Bottom of the league, I have Southampton. 19th, I have Bournemouth. And 18th, just getting relegated, is Ipswich.
Do you have Everton, Bournemouth, Ipswich?
I want to, by the way, I just want to point two things out.
No, I'm sorry. That's why I was clarifying.
Before we move on, I want to point two things out to people. Well, one thing, but it's for two teams. Both Everton and Leicester are most likely facing a points deduction this season.
Yes.
In fact, one of those teams is guaranteed to get a points deduction this season.
Okay, good for them. Anyways, I'll repeat what I said. Southampton 20th, Bournemouth 19th, Ipswich 18th.
So even despite the information, he still thinks those teams are going to get relegated.
Yeah, double down. I rate it. Look what Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth and Ipswich are awful. And I think, Bournemouth and Southampton are awful. And I think Ipswich will have a strong fight, but ultimately go down.
Okay.
You think Bournemouth will get relegated?
Yeah. Bournemouth will be fine.
Yes.
Bournemouth will be fine.
Maybe. No Dominic Solanke anymore. So.
They're not worse. They're worse teams than Bournemouth.
Okay. So I wasn't prepared, so I got to think about this. And I'm making it spicy because I feel like every time we did this the previous way of like, just 8 to 5th, it just kind of reveals the whole thing.
What do you mean you weren't prepared? You put this together.
Well, I wasn't prepared for my answer for this one because I came up with this idea. I came up with this idea on the fly of what I'm about to do, which is, okay, guys, we're going to start with Prime and work our way up to me. Top 8. So from 8th to 1st. Or 1st to 8th. 8th to 1st. Hey, I put it in private chat for you guys to be ready. So
I thought you were going to do 8th to 5th first, and then
no, because then that gives away the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more fun if we just go straight through the whole thing.
Now.
You see, that's what I told you. I'm not prepared.
I think the others thought that as well. You were going to do 8th to 5th.
Well, look who's prepared me.
No, to be fair, I'm still trying to work out my 5th, 8th anyway. So.
I'm just stroking his head.
Okay, so
I've got one.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
Hang on, sorry.
Prime.
Can you repeat that? Hang on, did I hear that correctly?
No, you didn't hear anything.
I'm too tired to say it.
Prime. Are you prepared with 8 to 1st, or should we go to Chris first?
What, the most prepared man here?
So, Marshall, you're not prepared for your own topics you created, but you gave us a moment's notice, and you expect us to be prepared.
Well, I gave you the whole show.
Well.
And you gave yourself the whole show.
I had a host and do things in the background.
You didn't have to host.
Yes, I
anyway.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
No,
and no,
I kind of had time to think about this too, anyway, so it's fine.
Marshall, I was making a joke to give you more time.
I know. I'm working on it.
You're welcome. Just make sure you pay me. Anyways, first, do you want reasonings or just the predictions?
No, not reasonings. No, we've been here too long. No reasonings. Just give your.
Go for it.
Surfer, we're here even longer now because you interrupted. But anyways,
it'll be shorter than your reasonings, so it's fine. Let's just move on.
Fucking dickhead. Go, Prime.
Marshall,
Go.
Word out of my mouth. Pause. Anyway, 8th is Spurs, 7th is Man United, 6th is Newcastle, 5th is Chelsea. I don't trust our defense. 3rd and 4th for me is very much interchangeable between Liverpool and Villa. 2nd is the Arsenal, and 1st is the 5P team Manchester City.
You have to pick between 3rd or 4th. Don't say interchangeable. Which one's it going to be?
It's the same thing for me. It's interchangeable between Liverpool and Villa.
You need to commit.
No, you have because you have to pick, because otherwise you'll go, I told you this team would finish third.
Yeah,
you got to commit. You got to commit.
Yeah, it's just true.
It is literally pretty much interchangeable.
No,
very much.
Tell me which ones you think is 3rd and which one's 4th. Put them in 3rd and 4th.
Oh, sorry. Is Surfer the host or Marshall?
I'm telling you to commit.
3rd and 4th, please.
Okay. Fine. Because I was peer pressured into making a choice. Liverpool 3rd and Villa 4th.
Wow, what a peer pressure to put two teams in the position. We're doing predictions. I know. Can I just say this? It's my top 8, Marshall. It's all interchangeable. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I'll just name them. Just
Fair
name
play,
the
fair
8 teams. They're all interchangeable.
It's interchangeable between 2 teams.
No. I'm gonna apart from City, I'm gonna do all the rest of them are interchangeable.
You know, it's Arsenal I go first.
Yeah, but now you're just exaggerating. That's not
Yeah, I'm exaggerating.
Yes,
we
you
just
are.
had to do. We just had to do a hostage negotiation to ask you to put teams in 3rd and 4th. You know.
Yeah, well, next time don't hold us.
Fair enough.
What's your prediction? What's your prediction for the 100 meters final, Prime? These guys, all the 8 are interchangeable. Let's just do that.
I don't watch the 100.
One of these guys is going to win. You know?
I don't watch the 100 meters. I don't watch the 100 meters.
Yeah, I'm surprised
So,
you didn't say what is the 100 meters.
Now that I'm hoping that we have bought enough time for Scott. Scott, are you ready?
Oh, I had mine already.
Okay.
From top to bottom, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Villa, West Ham, Tottenham, United.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, West Ham in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
West Ham are decent.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Fair play.
I will say with the Premier League, there's so many good teams.
So, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, top 4. 5th Villa, 6th West Ham, 7th Tottenham, 8th United, Manchester United.
Fucking United.
Wait, so Newcastle miss out?
Yeah, they're 9th. They're one injury like to a big player away from their season being fucked. Their defense is amazing.
You don't see them away to Bournemouth. They are wank.
Yeah, they're like
they
brought.
yeah.
Did they make a signing this window?
They made a couple, but not really.
No, they tried to sign Alanga yesterday, didn't they? That's right.
For 50
No, they have
million.
made no. They bought They
bought
bought Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth on a free.
Oh yeah.
And then they bought some no-name striker. What they did is they kept Gordon, and obviously, but they had like 85 bids for Gurley that weren't accepted. So it's like,
Yeah, but yeah, their defense is a mess, and they are one. Like if Guimaraes gets injured, they're fucked. If Isak gets injured, they're fucked.
True.
They're one big injury away from their season being over.
Yeah, they lost Wilson, right? They finally sold him.
I think they're.
No, he's still there, but it's a half-fit Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nolly's back. I
So
forgot
Nolly's
about him.
back too.
I did forget about him. He might be
Yeah, a lot of people forgot about him.
out for a whole year.
Like to be fair, you could even convince me they finish bottom half of the table and like Bournemouth finish above them.
Ow. Damn. I mean, yeah, I could see the argument. Chris, your turn.
Wait, I'm going to top to bottom, right?
Whatever you want to
Either
do.
way.
Oh, I go to bottom to top then. Aston Villa
Get
8.
excited.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Aston Villa will finish 8th.
Wow. Okay.
Man United will finish 7th. Tottenham will finish 6th. Brighton will finish 5th.
Wow.
Liverpool will finish 4th.
Yeah,
Chelsea
not
will
right.
finish 3rd. No, there was no here we go. They're not finishing 2nd.
No,
Chelsea
yeah.
3rd. Arsenal 2nd, Man City 1st because
Oh, for fuck's sake. Chris, why are you jinxing Man City then?
Brighton. You think Brighton are going to be in the
do
discussion?
you know how much you spent this season?
You know what? I'm actually, I'm going to change one of my things. Take United out, Brighton, and then finish 8th.
Look at that. I'm changing opinion on this.
That's. Chris, you have a lot of faith in Brighton. 5th?
You know how much I spent this transfer? They spent like one of the most.
But 5th?
Yeah. I think
Better than Villa.
I'm not
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, Chris.
I'm not going to
Chris, aren't we the prime example? It doesn't matter how much money you spend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, have you not learned anything with Chelsea?
I'm feeling Brighton will finish 5th and get Europa League or.
Okay. I'm just saying, don't bank up, don't look at what a team spent and then when they're gonna.
No, but like team style of play, they do play good football and they got a new manager again.
Like I think Brighton's good, but 5th good? I don't know. All right.
I mean, arguably they could be 6th, but I'm
So I'm gonna go West Ham 8th, Brighton 7th, Spurs 6th, Villa 5th, Chelsea 4th, Liverpool a distant 3rd, Arsenal a distant 2nd, and Man City top.
Or United. Where'd you put that?
United are crap. United are crap.
They are.
They are.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the problem United have. There's two problems. They made some really good signings. I think they have two problems.
they
Number
made
one, Ten Hag, and number two, outside of Xerxes, their entire attack. Outside of Xerxes and Ahmad, their entire attack stinks.
I still think Ten Hag thinks Sancho's going to stay. You know what I mean? After what he said yesterday, literally the same. Literally, he came out and said, "I expect Sancho to stay." Even if you expected Sancho to stay, you weren't going to pick him.
Yeah,
you've already proven. You know what I mean? It's like, he is, and all this like. Listen. I've got United like 9th or 10th.
Yeah.
I've got them 9th, so I think they're slightly better than Newcastle.
Yeah.
But I just, I think. I mean, you hear like people going, "Well, yeah, we'll definitely bag 85 goals." I heard some people saying, "You've scored 58 and 57 in the past 2 seasons, and you've weakened your attack." Why? Because you've suddenly got Ruud van Nistelrooy. What the hell?
I think you have a Haaland level season or a Salah level season.
And what we're going to get Agate. Agate's not going to improve that. It's going to make you a little bit solid. You're going to run Mino into the ground. So it's going to happen. No problem there. Ahmed's going to be run into the ground. You've still got Garnacho, and you've got Marcus Rashford. You know what I mean? Xerxes may bag you a few goals, but he's not prolific. You literally the same last season. You bought a striker from Italy that bagged about 11 goals, and you went back there again and done the same thing. Do you know what I mean? You're still playing Johnny Evans and Maguire at the back. You have no left back. Do you know what I mean? You're going to score 85. I had people saying they're going to finish 3rd. Why?
Now, aside from this United slander session, Fabrizio has said that he's going to make a video on the whole Victor Osimhen saga. So,
video? You could do a Netflix documentary about the negotiation.
Yeah, you probably could. That should be interesting, though. Maybe he'll reveal some details of what the proposals were. All right, my prediction. My prediction from bottom to first.
Robert Downey Jr. is there, or something like that.
Oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. as Bowley. Okay, so
and it's nothing against the Man United fans I usually stream with because they're quite sensible. It's just 85 goals, 85 goals. They literally said it. Me and Florence were going, but he didn't say it. But he was telling me 85 goals. Like they went through it. So you're in the chat. Oh yeah, Garnacho's going to get at least 10 goals. Ahmed's going to get at least 10 goals. Is he going to get 10 starts? Where on earth is he going to get 10 goals from? He's in the final year of his contract. Oh, Rashford's going to bounce back because he has one good season and one bad season. How about that good season was just a purple patch? Oh, Xerxes going to bag. Haaland's going to bag. What? What are we doing here? Oh, Bruno's going to get blah, blah, blah. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Who's in the final year of his contract?
Ahmad.
Oh, interesting.
He's in the final year of his contract.
I think you guys are taking the whole United fans saying they'll score 85 goals to heart. I'll be so real.
No. I've heard it from several United fans. Nope, I've heard it from several United fans.
No, I'm saying you're using that to cloud your judgment of Man United. I think they'll finish 7th.
No, I'm not, Prime. I've seen them. They're rubbish. They're rubbish. They've scored 58 or whatever of 57 goals in the past 2 seasons.
I agree they're rubbish. I still think they'll finish 7th.
Yeah, I think they'll finish lower than that. I think they'll finish 9th.
Andrew could be right. Andrew really could be right.
Like Villa, West Ham, Bournemouth right now, to be honest, Tottenham, all these teams better than Brighton.
I have them finishing above Spurs.
No, I tell you why. I tell you why they won't finish above Spurs, even if and I've only got Spurs finishing 6th, because we all know Spurs will drop out the cups very early, and out of Europe they'll drop out very early as well because they're rubbish.
That ball and Kudi's counter attack, fuck's sake. Anyways,
what?
I'm watching the highlights of West Ham Spurs. That ball and Kudi's counter attack. Kudi should have scored. Anyways, no, I still have United. I still have United. And you also talked about Rashford. Rashford is due his purple patch of goals this season.
This is what I'm telling you. You're falling for it. He's
I mean, you know, if
Prime,
I'm
he's
saying
up.
that,
It's not gonna happen.
He's done.
I don't think. Again, I'm not saying I rate him as a player, but like he's due his purple patch of goals. Xerxes suits him in terms of their link-up play. Sort of Xerxes link-up play, he'll suit playing with Rashford. I think it'll be fine. I think United will still finish 7th.
Rashford is done.
I put United 7 too, but they could drop out of top 8 quite easily.
I put them 7th, but I could see them dropping out of top 8.
I think there will be worse teams based on their circumstances than Man United.
I'll get sacked too.
Man United's circumstances are. Why are they suddenly better? They weakened their.
I said there'll be worse teams based on their circumstances.
What circumstances?
I think Spurs are like an injury or 2 away from capitulation.
I'm sorry, Manchester United aren't.
Yeah, but like United are in constant capitulation, but like they're used to that. So I think with Spurs, they're like 2 injuries away, and then they'll actually be completely awful. And even still, I still think they'll have a shaky season this season anyway. So I have them 8th. West Ham, I think people are gassing up their transfer window. I don't think they're going to have a good season, like people are trying to predict. Brighton, same thing. People are gassing up their transfer window. I don't think they'll have a good season like everyone predicts.
I don't think anyone's gassing up Brighton's transfer window because I don't think they realise they spent that much.
They have spent a lot. I don't expect them to spend that much. But
I think they are gassing up their transfer window whatsoever.
I think they're good though. I think
they're surprised by their start, given their managers like younger than James was like 9 years old when 80 million at his date.
People always gas up Brighton, and then but we'll see. We'll see what Man United.
All right. Now that we're moving on to the next topic or the next category, it's going to be best signing.
Chelsea, man.
Funny enough, it's not going to be Chelsea.
Really?
My best signing, I think, is going to be Savio from Man City. I think that was a brilliant signing they had, and it really, really, you can see immediately the impact it makes for City. So I'm gonna go for Savio. He's gonna be clear and a brilliant talent this season. So, what do you think, Server? Not a high choice of. Ooh, that's another really good one too.
What'd you say?
Yeah. Ilkay Gundogan
is the best signing this summer.
Yeah, I have my hesitations of Ilkay because of age, but it's not a bad shot at all.
That's already integrated in already. Knows the system. I'm sure he won't start every game given his age and stuff like that, but just boost the confidence and the harmony of that squad even more to go on and win a 5th time. So it's free transfer.
Let's go with Chris. Who do you think is the best signing of the season?
I'm gonna say João Felix for the price, and he's got to raise a lot of eyebrows. Like, I think he's gonna shock a lot of people this season. Let's say that. And there isn't a whole lot of players I looked at and all the signings this whole transfer. I think it could be João Felix. Funny enough, I don't think Andrew likes that, but because he hates João Felix.
No, I would be my.
Okay, you like him.
I think you'll be surprised if João Felix plays the way he usually does. You'll be surprised that it won't be much criticism from me because it will just be I told you so. So it will be, but I'm hoping he shuts me up because I have nothing to say apart from
of course
good work. So
Scott, best signing of the season. That's a good shout. That's a very good shout.
They don't miss Louise at all, from what I've seen.
Say that one more time.
They don't miss Louise at all, from what I've seen so far.
Oh, right, yeah.
David Luiz, yeah, that's true.
Prime. No, Douglas Luiz.
Douglas Luiz, sorry.
David Luiz was out.
Prime. Best signing of the season.
Victor Osimhen. Oh no, he didn't sign for Chelsea. Anyway, signing.
See, you should have put that forward and said Curry P. You've asked Curry P for help with that.
Go ahead.
Oh, Surfer made a joke. Oh, haha. Anyways, signing of the season is the one and only Savio. I think there hasn't been. I think for City, he perfectly replaces what they've been missing out in terms of like a Mahrez-esque replacement. I think him and Doku, by the way, playing on either flank is absolutely lethal. People may not rate Doku, but what those two can do combined together, how they're able to just stretch a pitch, they can beat a man left or right. Bro, it's amazing to watch. So yeah, he is my signing of the season.
Fair enough. Going back to you, Prime. Let's go for flop signing. Just to make it clear, a signing, transfer this season, flop. Loan, permanent, doesn't matter.
Oh, flop signing of the season. Let me get the guy's government name up.
What the fuck?
Manuel Ugarte Ribeiro will be the flop signing of the season.
Damn.
That's a very interesting.
Man United think that they plugged up their midfield. Do they know?
Very interesting.
That's a very interesting one.
I'm gonna get trained. Pause.
Scott, your flop of the season.
I'm not sure because I actually like a lot of the big signings that have been done by most teams. Come back to me because I can't think.
Come back to you. That's okay.
Oh,
it's all right.
You know who my honorable mention was before United signed Ugarte? You know who my honorable mention was to be flop signing?
Sure.
Ricardo Cagliari.
I could see that. I
actually don't think he's a bad player, by the way. But
the hype. You mean the hype?
Yeah.
He was really hyped. Yeah.
I think he's
like,
a good
like these Arsenal fans really watched him. Do you know what
but the upgrade they think he's going to have, I think he's going to be a flop. Fulkrug, I don't class Fulkrug as a flop because I don't think he's going to add much. Gundogan. Hey.
No, it's best signing.
If I say Gundogan is a flop, people will come me, so let me not say
that. Chris, your flop signing.
Lewis Dobbin.
Huh?
Lewis Dobbin. Do you not know who he is? Because I don't.
I just saw the.
He's already gone out on loan, by the way, to the Champions.
Yeah,
the guy who was never going to play.
Wait, I thought he signed for Villa, I swear.
No, he has since gone out on loan to the Championship.
No, you don't need to call
I thought you were clever.
No, he's a PSR signing as well, right?
I just saw a random name and Lewis Dobbin sounded funny.
Chris said Lewis Dobbin. Have you heard of him? Nor have I.
You really did say that. Chris, I'm going to let you think about BROJA. Okay, BROJA.
Yeah, he's going to fuck it up, man. He's going to come back to us. He's going to be shit.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Did he really make... Come on. Did you make a choice?
He said BROJA.
No, Chris, make a proper choice.
The lot of the big ones, I actually don't think they're going to be known as
come on, let's not do this. Make a proper choice, please. Not Armando Broja. It's not a proper choice.
If I have to really think of one, I'm going to say Delete.
There we go. That's the fine. That's a good one.
He's one of the big ones.
That's true.
I'm going to go Dominic Solanke.
I am also going to go with Dominic Solanke. Yeah.
Well,
for 60 million? He's a pricey. Yeah, 65 million.
I agree Dominic Solanke is going to flop for Spurs. However, I don't rate him anyway, so I can't include him in that. Flop with signing.
If you're going by that, if you want us to go by that one, okay. Mikel Moreno.
No, I'm going to stick with Dominic Solanke because people
Moreno.
Really thought
I can already. A guy gets injured on his first day of training at Spurs. I already can see this going. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. Are you going Mikel Moreno because of the hype?
No. I'm doing it on the fact that Arsenal fans say he's basically one of the last pieces of the jigsaw for that midfield. Because he's going to bring out. He's going to bring out. He's the Xhaka replacement. He's going to bring the best out of Martinelli. Well, not for 2.5 months. He's not. So there we go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll take that away. He's not. Who should I go for? I'm going to go. I don't want to go for one of my own players because that would be mean.
Pick job.
Bro, I think
You could go for one of our home players.
Yeah, it's mean. Can't do it on the Chelsea channel.
Mean?
I can't do it on the Chelsea channel.
What do you think Jadon Sancho
it's a
watches
Chelsea
this channel?
No, I was gonna pick the obvious, but people know what the obvious would,
Mooch.
so I'm not gonna pick
No,
it.
Joe Felix.
I'm not gonna pick
Oh,
Joe
Joe
Felix.
Felix.
That's too obvious. It's just too obvious.
Wait, Marshall, can we go for Chelsea players?
No, let's not.
You can
let's
go
not.
for whatever you want.
No,
Can I
no, no.
switch?
let's
As
not.
long as you truly believe it's going to be a
No,
flop
no,
this
no,
season.
fine.
That's not true.
No, unless you
Can I
really
switch?
believe it.
Can I switch mine to Pedro? Never mind.
I'm gonna go for.
It's a
Oh,
lot.
man. No, it's not actually. Thinking about it, no, it's right. It's not really a lot.
Chelsea do half of them basically.
I'm gonna go for. No, screw it. I'll stick with Moreno.
Yeah, do it.
I'm sticking with Solanke. For the price they got him at and the hype, I think he's not going to be good. Scott.
Sterling.
Oh shit! That was
He's
such a
technically- even though he's contract, he can't. He's not a Chelsea player. is
Yeah,
he?
no,
That's-
yeah, we can do loans. We can
that's
do
fine.
loans.
It's not a
Yeah.
Chelsea
Like I said,
player.
like, I'll,
No,
like,
we can.
yeah, like I'll be so honest. Like I said, like I think Marino will do well, and I'm ignoring the Arsenal thing. Like he's gonna do good for them. I'm not expecting him to be the best midfielder in the league. I like the Solanke signing. I think he'll do well. Like I don't expect most of the big signings, even the Man United ones. I expect most of them to do good. Like I'm not saying they're going to be best in the league, but I expect them to perform to a certain level. There really isn't a big signing that I think's been done this season that I look at and go, like that was a dreadful signing. That's a dreadful signing. That's a dreadful player.
But Scott, you're saying Raheem Sterling, but like based on, are you going based on okay? Are you going based on Arsenal fans' expectations of him, or based on the fact that he won't win the league?
No, just based on just general expectations of him. Like the expectation is, if they're getting Sterling, the expectation should be that he is he is part of the guaranteed starter for them. I genuinely think we'll get to halfway through the season, and he might just be on the bench. Like he might not be. He might be in the same position.
Dude,
Like,
that
they
would
might
be
be in
true,
the
yeah.
same position. Like they might just be in the same position where they've got instead of Reece Nelson, it's now Raheem Sterling.
I mean, he is one of my big
Scott,
players.
Scott,
That's
I
hilarious.
agree with you. By the way, I think Sterling, I think he will, from Arsenal perspective, I think he will score goals for them. He will be and by November, December, you will hear links that Arsenal want to sign him on a permanent. I think they will sign him from us.
Yeah,
Hope so.
we'll see.
They won't win the league, but
Can I pick Kepa? No.
Yeah,
if
I
you
was.
wanted to. I thought about it. I did think about it. I was like, it's not a big signing. That's why I didn't pick Sterling too, because I was like, they kind of got a really good deal for him technically, but I don't think he's going to do well.
I just
can
don't.
I say, Aaron Ramsdale, you guys will
I did
see
think
why
about
you guys are
Ramsdale.
massive fraud. I've been telling people, he should start for England. He's not better than Pickford. This guy's getting relegated again. Season.
Maybe that's a good shout. I was going to pick someone from Newcastle, but they didn't sign anyone.
Yeah.
I think I was just going through the teams and looking at who they're signing. Yeah, like the
A
people,
lot.
the teams. I was looking at the teams I think are going to get relegated, and like outside of like Broja, Everton didn't really sign anyone of particular note. Like, and the couple of players they did sign, I kind of rate. Like Ndiaye, I think is good. It's just a shame he's playing for Everton, and there's a couple of others. Leicester, I think, signed some decent players, but like that's it. And yeah, Southampton, like the only one I can think of was Ramsdale.
Also, can I also say this guy's? I have another one honorable mention. This guy's full name, Trevor Thomas Chalobah.
Wow.
All right, let's move on to the next topic so we can get to this. We got three more. We got three more categories. Three Champions League club. That's funny to Prime. Okay. Three more categories.
Sorry. I'm going to change my answer. Apologies. My
What did you
flop
change
of the
it to?
season is Eddie Nketiah. I forgot he moved to
Jesus
Palace. That's a
Christ.
horrid sign.
Yeah, that's true. He is. How much was his fee? Do you remember?
25.
25
Yeah,
plus
25 it raises to 30 with add-ons or something.
25 plus 5.
Yeah, we'll see with that one. All right. Okay, that's flop
Wait a
signings.
minute. No, sorry. Look, What was the last category?
There's 3 more. There's best attack in terms of team, best defense, and player of the season.
No. Before this, what's the category before this? Flop
Best signing.
Oh, best signing. Sorry, I was thinking about worst signing. Sorry. I thought we were talking about worst signing. Best signing.
Flop signing, worst signing.
Sorry, the one we just did was flop signing. Like.
Okay, yeah, I was.
Yeah, we were talking about flop signing, weren't we? Not best signing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
saying
talking about flop signing. Yeah.
Gonna flop.
Oh, worst signing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
automatically link them because isn't it the same thing?
Yeah.
I just made it clear
Are you
it's
thinking?
gonna flop.
Are you saying? Okay, I'm sort of right. All right.
Just
You might get
Are
the
you
same
still
answer.
sticking to Marino?
Hey, Surfer, less jokes and more thinking, yeah? More listening.
I've been here for nearly 3 hours. You know what I
Come
mean? I don't understand. I've
Brain
been
search a short
I've been
circuit
on
after a
train
while.
journeys that have gone quicker than this. You know, I've waited for trains less time than this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chris, don't agree with him. Shut up.
I short naps. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I don't understand.
I mean to defend my boy Andrew.
This is longer than the Osimhen negotiations. If we think about it. I don't.
Surfer, you're not.
All right.
You know how.
We're moving into the next one. Best attack, best team attack.
All right.
I'll start
Oh,
off.
I
I
got
think
this. Oh, we
most
are,
goals,
we're
best
talking-
attack. Same
about
thing,
flop
right? No. We're moving on to best attack, best attacking team, most goals. I'm gonna go with Chelsea. I think Chelsea are gonna score the most goals this season.
That's not laughable. Come on.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we score the most goals this season.
It's not laughable. Like we can get the 90 goals.
Just because we score the most goals doesn't mean we're gonna like compete for the league or anything. I just
No, yeah, we got shit chance.
think we're gonna score a lot of goals this season. I really think we have a.
Great.
We scored 77 last season, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very boring and just say City. I'm just going to say City.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a fair answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the take from Marshall Casually and Marshall Casually alone.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
least
no,
one of us
well, that's
can.
why we're picking the picks. Well, Chris, I guess you agree with me. It's gonna be.
I fully
Chelsea?
agree. I put Chelsea in my paper. Like, yeah.
All right, me and
Chelsea.
Chris are together in this one, like butt brothers.
Do you understand?
What?
What do you mean? When you say best attack, do you mean scoring the most goals? Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that what
I
you
think
mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do understand that if we score more than City, yeah, we're probably going to be in a title race. You do understand that, right?
I think we'll be close to the points. That's why I put us third.
I think the points,
We'll be like-
points will
we'll
be
like
close this
Brendan-
season.
It'd be like Brendan Rodgers' Liverpool. You do understand that, right? Where we have a leakier defense, but we score a lot of goals.
That's exactly what I'm alluding to.
Right
Yeah.
now, then you guys are committed. Then you have to change your predictions first of all.
I
You
put
have
us
to finish in fourth-
No.
fourth, third.
I think the top 4 race is going to be close. Like it's going to be a lot closer than it was last season.
Marshall,
You guys have, I heard one of you, if not both of you, agreeing that we're going to score 90 goals.
I
didn't say 90 goals.
I think we'll score 90.
Chris said 90 goals. Chris,
No.
I assume you think we're going to be in the title race.
Big up, Ahmed. Thank
I
you for
think
the
we're
raid.
pretty close to the points top 2. Yeah.
Marshall, where do you think we're finishing?
End the show.
Fourth.
End
What do you mean
End it right now.
No.
I was waiting for the wild take, and I got it right there. It's now committed.
Marshall, how many goals are we?
What you
Goals
just
are we?
said.
I think we're gonna be like 5 points to 10
Marshall,
points.
how many
away.
goals are we
Oh,
scoring?
I know, but just keep adding on. Just keep piling on. Just keep piling on, Chris. I want you
How
to
many
keep piling
goals are
on.
we scoring?
So it's 90. It's 90 goals. We're going to be closer to the top 2 by about 5 points. So we are going to be in
5 to 10. 5 to 10. I don't know exactly.
Marshall,
But
how many goals
5
are we
to 10.
scoring?
You should be doing 5 to 10 for
Okay.
your predictions, let alone doing this right now. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, you are.
Marshall, how many goals are we scoring roughly?
stop helping me dig my grave.
No, I'm piling on. I'm digging. I'm
Hold
on
on,
the
time.
dirt.
I'm gonna get an
You're
answer for
already
you in
in
a
the
second.
grave. I've got the big digger right now.
Like roughly. You don't like over 90,
Digger.
95.
Oh no, we're good.
I'm gonna say 90 goals for Chelsea.
Okay, that's like title challenging numbers. How many goals do you think we concede?
I think we can see a
85.
decent amount of goals.
85.
Yeah, Marsh was in New Jersey.
Wait, how many goals do you think we concede?
He's on the wing, man.
85.
I
Marshall?
don't think 85.
How
Goals
many
bad,
goals?
man.
Roughly.
Yeah, so Marsh.
If you think
Let me
we're going to
think.
be, if you
Guys,
think,
stop. Let me
No, while Marshall thinks, I'm gonna just say
Yeah,
City's
Marshall's thinking,
most
so
amount of goals
we'll
with
talk.
Erling Haaland is clear top goal.
Oh,
scorer.
he's clear. Yeah, he's gonna be top scorer.
No, guys, stop. I just want to know Marshall's. I want to know
Yeah, but
Marshall's.
I don't expect
I just
Erling
think we're
Haaland to
gonna
stay
top
fit the whole season.
No,
And if
I
they
know.
don't stay fit, they don't have a striker really. They can go false nine, Foden, and pick up some goals. But I like my logic is based on the fact that I think Liverpool and us will be up there. I think Arsenal are going to drop off in terms of goals. I think City are going to drop off in terms of goals. But defensively, we're not going to be as sound as them. And we're not going to pick up points against them like we should. Prime, I'm trying to answer your question. Just I need to look, because I don't want to just throw out a number there. I'm just going off of my gut.
No, I mean roughly. Like, do you think we can concede over?
I think
over 65.
I want to say roughly, like, I'm thinking somewhere around 50 to 60. I want to give you like a solid number.
Yeah, that's roughly
whatever. Let's just go with that.
I'm not.
But I really think the top 4 race is going to be really close. That's why I'm saying it.
So we'll score 30 more goals. We'll score 30 goals more than we'll concede. Then, roughly.
If we score 90 goals,
I think so.
If we score 90 goals, we're going to concede 65 or more.
I think it's going to be around near 90. Yeah, I think.
I just listen. I know we talked about earlier that we expected some of our or most of our attacks for at least 10 goals each or something like that. Some of them won't. We just got to put that out there. Some of them won't reach that. Yeah, we just the best attack. I'm just not getting my head around 90
City,
goals.
though, yeah.
I did say City. I think it's just I think it's so.
In our opening 2 games, we scored 6 goals and conceded 4. So fair enough.
We scored 6 in the one game. I didn't.
Yeah, that's
It's not as if we scored 6 across the 2 games. We scored 6.
I mean, listen. There's always one bad take. There's always one bad take.
Marshall, all I'm going to say is this before we move on. If Chris agrees with you, is your take the right choice to make? That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
If we did right now, Harry P's come back because of what you just said. He was fine. He was gone. He was gone.
I'm just trying to put the order back in here.
He was fine. He was gone. He wasn't. He was fine with Saturday afternoon where he was.
You guys literally spoke about.
And you guys said 90. You said 90 goals. And Chris said with 5 points off second. That's what he said.
No, I mean, okay.
Wait, what?
Okay,
Wait, sorry. Who said 5 points?
No, I think realistically it's going to be around 10 points, but I think that's just like in a moment at that point.
If we have 5 points off, let me tell you right now. If we have 5 points off second, it means that Arsenal and Man City have dropped off considerably from previous years.
I think they are.
Yeah.
I think
what?
If that's the rationale,
What?
No,
think
they
the
can
mental-
still win the league. Yeah.
I think they can still win the league, but I just think it's going to be more competitive now.
We're not winning.
No, Chris. You notice this strength. You know, City strengthened. Right?
Between the top 4, at least.
I mean, they got a new winger. I get.
No, Chris. They got a winger that has DNA and who's a baller in Savinho.
He's good.
And they got Gundogan back. And they got Gundogan back.
The thing about Gundogan is that, like, I respect Gundogan as a player. He's a City legend, easily one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. But is he the same Gundogan from 2 years ago?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
You know where is
Marshall?
Barcelona,
yes, he is.
Can I step
He
in?
was their best
Sorry,
player
I
in the
need to step in here. You know, Marshall, man, you need to, bro. You need to get off the weed, bro. Stay off the weed, bro, because
all right,
too much
shut the hell up,
tranquility.
man. Listen, you showed up late. Go ahead. I'll listen to Scott before I listen to Ahmed right now.
You know
Go
why?
ahead.
Listen, you know why I need to say that? Yeah, because bro,
Jesus
just be.
Christ.
If you want to just be contrarian for contrarian's sake.
I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm just using logic. The fact the guy's not as young as he used to be.
There's zero logic because if you saw at Barca, he was performing pretty much to the same level he was at City.
Yeah, he was. He was literally the same.
For Barca too.
Right, whatever. Scott, what did you have to say? Because I need to get into the show too. We're almost about to hit 3 hours. We have multiple categories. Yes, thank you, Scott. Go ahead,
I just want to ask a quick question based on this. Do you think, as a collective, that Manchester City's attack is better than ours?
We have more depth.
Forget numbers.
No.
I'm talking as a collective.
Okay, forgetting numbers, no.
Then
Yeah. Because Erling Haaland carries a lot of weight for them.
I think Foden is not going to do as good this season, by the way, either. That's
It's just Erling Haaland is better than all of our attackers.
Yeah.
But I think because of the depth we have and the choices we have and how many goals we can get from different areas, I think we can outweigh that.
Listen, I'll defend Marshall here.
And Savio, still has. Does he have an assist or a goal yet? I don't think he does.
Yeah, he does.
Oh
He does.
my.
Okay.
I'll defend
multiple
Marshall here and
assists.
say this. If someone here can think that bench player and Cuckoo will be our top goal scorer, then Marshall can think what he thinks about our attack. It's fine.
Who said that?
Wait, what?
You should have been
Who the
here.
hell said that?
Let me move on. Go ahead.
I said that.
Yeah,
What
Scott.
is
What
going
do you
on,
think?
man?
What is the best
is-
attack
what
this
happens
season?
on the stream,
The
bro?
best-
I'm
Oh,
crazy. You
Best
missed it.
attack this season. You missed it.
City,
Best
City.
attack this season. City's
Ahmed.
best attack. Okay.
What's
Prime,
up,
best attack.
Ahmed, when you leave, the whole channel goes to shit. Come on. We need you back.
Best. Don't give Ahmed. Don't feed his
Any more
ego.
ego.
What best attack? Prime.
Best attack.
Best team
Best
attack.
attack this season. Manchester City, man. The 5P.
Okay. Now
Come on,
coming
City.
back to
What about me?
Prime. You got here late. I had to get through the show. We went through 4 categories already. No. No, we're not doing this. We're about to hit 3 hours, and these guys keep complaining that we've been going on for forever. So no. Best defense, Prime,
I'm
go.
close to my quota. I'm close to my quota. I get my.
Best defense.
We'll hit your quota. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe a bit of
Now
a
you're here for
wild.
peanut gallery, guys.
Maybe a bit of
Go
a
ahead.
wild shot. Best defense. Aston Villa. My man Emery. Let's go.
Damn, really?
Emery. Listen, Ezra Konsa, best centre half in the league this season.
Stop it.
Oh my days.
Yeah, you know what it is, man.
You just-
Prime's been drinking a lot, yeah, because like obviously we're also not a club in it. So
Yeah, after post Osimhen, I can see
I
it. I
mean,
can
you
see
know what I
that.
mean.
Hey,
No, I'm
man.
joking. I'm
this might be
joking.
crazy to take end of the season.
I am trolling. I wrote down Arsenal for best defense.
Okay, good.
Okay. Arsenal, the best defense. Scott.
Yeah.
It's Arsenal, obviously.
Oh, obviously.
Chris.
Man City.
Chelsea.
Oh, at least,
Man City.
let's be honest. You know what? That might be the most normal like prediction we've heard from Chris tonight.
No, come on.
Really?
My
Oh, I
top
gotta
eight was
rewatch
good.
this stream.
No,
I gotta
no,
rewatch this stream. I
My
gotta
top
rewatch
8
this
was
stream.
fine.
I gotta
Yeah.
rewatch.
Brighton fifth.
Okay, go ahead, Surfer. Your best defense.
City.
I agree with Surfer. I think it's going to be City.
You guys don't realise the way that they're defending is totally different this year. First 2 games, I've seen them. They got more. They got 10 men behind the ball, and their pressing is different as well. He's totally changed.
It's 100% City.
Okay.
That's very Chris. Crazy.
Player of the season.
We're gonna give it to
God
City,
damn
right?
it. I think this is going to have to be obvious. I think it's going to be Erling Haaland.
Dude, yeah, man has 2 hat tricks already.
He already has 2 hat tricks.
He gave
He
me
was
3.
charging last. He was
He
just
gave
charging
me
last
3,
season.
bro.
Bro, he already, yeah. Jesus Christ. I may have had a howler with the Chelsea thing. Maybe, what if he has hat tricks the rest of the season?
Well, we might come second.
We gotta
last.
score at least
Fine, it
3
might
goals
not look
every
that bad.
game.
It might not look that bad. We might
It
come
might not
second.
look that bad. No, who knows? Surfer, player of the season.
Cole Palmer is going to break this year.
Wow.
Oh, you think Cole Palmer's gonna be it?
Might break the assist
Well, he
record.
has 3 already.
We're gonna get
He has 3 already.
Yeah, that's true.
17
He's
more.
gonna break-
than 17.
I think he's going to break the assist record this year.
I actually consider.
Oh, I need that.
Goals.
Chris, player of the season.
I feel like Haaland's gonna deserve it, but I feel like they're gonna give it to KDB. I feel like they will give it to him this season. He's been good.
Yeah, I guess you're
Because
right.
he doesn't
yeah.
get enough game time. Because he doesn't get enough game time.
I'm basing it off of last
I
season.
have
It
a
wasn't
funny
that great
feeling-
last season, but
Yeah, no,
he might
yeah,
pick
because
it
he
up.
got injured. I
Yeah,
think
he might
because
be
the
better this
injuries,
season.
I think he won't be injured as much this season.
Yeah, you're
just
right,
a
you're right.
Weird feeling.
Scott, player of the season.
Haaland. With a special shout out to Nkunku.
Yeah, you know,
No,
25 goals for Nkunku.
It's Haaland's to lose. I'm gonna be so honest.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah, it is Haaland's to lose. Prime, your player of the season.
Okay, let me get his full name up.
Fuck
Victor James Osimhen. Let's go.
This guy,
Oh, he
bro.
didn't sign.
Huh?
My bad. My bad.
Again.
Anyways, I'm living on a different reality than you guys. My bad. I forgot. Anyways, no.
Different
Victor
universe.
did a 4 Osimhen. Victor did a 4 Osimhen. How old are you, fraud?
What happened to Sammy
Hold that
Nation?
bench. Hold that Napoli. Hold up.
Don't fall for the bait.
Hold up.
Prime, don't fall for the bait. Just answer the question.
Fall for
I
it.
want to answer the question. I mean, I can't find Sammy Nation.
You know what I
can't
mean?
find Sammy
You
Nation.
know what's crazy, man? Osimhen's gonna be walking the streets of Naples.
Player of the season nation.
I mean, just sitting around.
The streets of Naples. It's crazy.
Marshall, can I say Samu for my player of the season? Oh no, it's not.
Samu?
Samu's not crazy. Oh, okay, my bad. Never mind. Anyway,
Bro.
player of the season. Player of the season is Bradley Barcola. Oh no, he's not here, is he? Oh yeah.
He's hitting on players and scoring goals. I listen. You know what's crazy? Guys? He's hating on. He's saying players' names here, but they're scoring goals. Where's Osimhen? Osimhen's on the streets of Naples, yeah, sitting there, bro, drinking himself. Godly. I ain't got no club anymore. I got no club.
I'm not finished.
You know what I mean?
Player of the season is Conor Gallagher. Oh no, he's not here anymore.
John Duran.
Tell this joke 4 more times, Prime, please.
Marshall, I only have 3 more jokes.
Spoke in his debut actually.
I only have 3 more jokes. Is that why? Okay, fair enough. If you say so. Marshall, I have 3 more jokes of this if you want, but ultimately, player of the season is Erling Brute Haaland. He is. Okay. He's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
Is his name really Brute?
Yeah, Brock.
Haaland. He's going to win the Ballon d'Or. He's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
I kind of disagree with you guys. I think it is.
I'll let the peanut gallery pick player of the season, so we have to go.
Let me get the name right. So I think honestly the player.
Shout Rodri, by the way, as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's up there.
Honorable mention from Rodri.
Those positions don't get enough.
Go ahead.
But go ahead, Perry.
So I think it is Robert Lynch Sanchez. Robert Lynch Sanchez for Chelsea. No, I think it's Palmer. Let's go Palmer.
Palmer player of the season.
Yeah.
I can hit him.
Ahmed, who do you think is going to be player of the season?
You asking me?
For Premier League, yeah.
So what about the best defense of the season? The previous season?
I'm not going through the whole entire thing for both you guys to show up for the last 2 categories.
All right, you know what, man? Then the best player of the season is going to be Ahmed Abdi. Bookmark it, man.
Wait, Ahmed. Question to you, Ahmed. Yeah. Why don't you ask the panel? Why can't Reece James be player of the season?
I'm not going.
Why can't Reece James be?
Don't start this war. Don't start this war. Chris is here.
Reece.
I'm wearing a shirt right now.
The chest traps are going to be too impressive for Chris to let down.
All right, player of the season, Ahmed.
All right, player of the season. Honestly, for me, it's gonna be Nicholas Jackson.
All right, one more time. Player of the season.
Nicholas Jackson.
Oh, okay. Crazy.
Damn, he's serious. Okay, take it.
Okay, no,
How
he
many
actually
goals
is being serious.
How many goals?
Ahmed, do you have a...
Chris, I rate it. He's gonna lead our goal charge.
20 goals.
I rate it.
Sorry, Ahmed, I have a question. So you're saying 20 goals for Jackson, but Haaland's already on 9. I mean on 8. So please tell me how Jackson's gonna beat Erling Haaland.
Ahmed didn't pick this through.
20 goals.
Haaland's on
20
7.
goals. 20 goals, 15 assists.
God damn.
No, Ahmed rates my best attack pick.
Ahmed.
Yeah, he's agreeing with us.
Ahmed, why isn't the player of the season the guy that you have the name on the back of your jersey, Guy Havertz?
What? I don't have Kai Havertz as a jersey name. What are you talking about?
Yes, you do. You have a German jersey.
I mean,
No,
that's
I
like
don't.
that's like 12
currently
years.
that's currently in Mogadishu, bro. It's been given to a charity. What are you talking
Damn. They didn't even take it into charity, probably. All right, so I'm gonna attempt to wrap it up. But yeah, that's our picks of the season, ladies and gents. We'll come back to this in January, reevaluate our poor decisions, and see where we go from there. But that being said, I gotta find someone to rate because I was gonna.
Chris's poor decisions.
The rest of the year are going to be loved.
Marshall, what about underperformer of the season?
Wouldn't that be flop of the season?
Yeah, that's like,
No,
come on.
flop is top signing.
Oh, underperformer of the season, easy, Anthony.
BROJA.
Wait.
James,
That would mean you. Hang on. If you say Anthony, that means you have certain expectations that people think he's actually going to perform.
Ah, you're right. I'll stick with Dominic Solanke.
Reece James.
I wasn't gonna say Reece James, but anyways, my underperformer of the season, and this is a guy that I rate highly, but I think this season he's gonna get exposed slightly. Declan Rice. We're gonna see this season how bad he is on the ball.
Fair.
I'm
gonna pick Alexander Isak.
Oh yeah. He's been performing so far.
Isak, that's what we're gonna see this season. Jackson's gonna go clear.
That's fine to raid. Okay.
Hey, Haaland, you're gonna have to come outside end of the season.
Anyone else want to partake in underperformer of the season?
Ahmed Abdi.
Hoyland again.
Okay, cool. That being said, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you.
Why
do you wait until after?
You did it on purpose.
The question I want to ask is why we go in for Ahmed Diallo, man? I feel like we need to strengthen our right wing. I want to get Ahmed Diallo. What are your thoughts there?
We ain't getting shit no more.
Why?
I'm just trying to meme, bro. That's what it is, Joe.
I think he's average.
I think Marshall's got
I disagree. I actually think he's really good.
He's average. He's 23 and plays like he's 17.
Ahmed, why do you want Ahmad Diallo when you're
Surfer? This is why the shows go 3 hours.
I know.
I tried to transition. I tried to move it along.
You're the host.
You guys can't shut your fucking mouths. Because I'm also polite. That's the thing. I can't. If it were up to me, if I was a dickhead, I could just simply go like, guys, I'm gonna just close out the show and do my fucking thing. Shut the fuck up in the background. Hang out, have some coffee, get some tea, lemonade, all that stuff. Cookies are free, all that stuff. But I don't want to be that guy. So then, people troll me and say, the show goes 3 hours. Ooh. Well, that's why it goes 3 hours, because I'm a nice guy. All right, welcome back, guys.
I understand that maybe you should do that. I was talking throughout the entire time. I didn't pay attention to what happened.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Dictator Marshall.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dictator Marshall has arrived.
Yeah.
No, it is, man. Marshall's a fraud. Get him out of my stream. My clue.
Your stream?
You know what I mean?
Your stream?
My stream.
Your stream. A little Freudian slip right there.
Yeah, a little bit,
went with it. He literally just ran with it.
Yeah, Mr. Spin-off suddenly thinks he's the late show. I like this, man.
Man, that's what I love it, man. I love it, man. So, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, very cool. Listen, you guys are Breaking Bad. I'm very cool. So
yeah, Mr. +1 channel extra over here, man. You know what I mean? That's after show. You know what I mean? Casually FC
after show.
Casually FC plus, man. Casually FC plus.
Casually FC plus.
Yeah, it's not the Tonight Show. It's the Late Show. That's what it is.
Casually FC extra.
No, you guys.
The late show. Yeah, he's
extra casually FC.
He's the guy at 1:30 a.m. That's
Ahmed, you missed
You're casting daily, bro. That's what you are. You're casting daily for the American fans.
You missed when Marshall got exposed. We were going through our squad size, and when I got to Lukaku,
still have 5 players we have to
he scribbled out his whole face, but he didn't do anyone else.
He was very aggressive scribbling out his face.
Very aggressive for his Wonder
why.
Why is that, Marshall? Is that
because he's a
he doesn't like bald people.
fraud.
He doesn't like bald people. That's what he doesn't like.
Ahmed, you better watch out. You're getting there, man. You're getting there. It's getting there.
You just said 3 minutes ago he doesn't do the host because he's a nice person.
No, you guys made me turn heel this stream. You guys made me go heel this stream. Vince McMahon gave me under the table money.
You had an HR department. You could sue him.
Listen, man, Marshall is Marshall and his discrimination claims. We know about Marshall and his discrimination.
Yeah, I hate everyone. I discriminate everyone.
The isms, it's got a strong ism. You know what I mean? If I speak on that,
that's right. He's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Marshall said that you and Lukaku look alike. You didn't hear that?
What?
I did not say that at all.
The racismo.
I did not say that at all.
You did. I heard that.
All right, can I end the show, ladies and gents?
No, you cannot.
It's way well over. You hit your quota, Curry P. So there you go. Yeah, the foreign transaction will be in your bank account in 2 to 3
AI
days.
Marshall, by the way. That was AI Marshall. That was AI Marshall, by the way.
No. Marshall. Curry also left the stream, so you have to take that out of his wages.
What?
He left early.
Right.
He left early. You got to fine him 2 weeks. And Ahmed was late. You got to fine him 2 weeks wages as well.
I came
Yeah,
in
man.
to make it past 3 hours. That did my job.
I gave you a raid, man. I raided you, man. I raided you.
You did.
I guess that takes it back.
Somewhat. Yeah. All right.
Wait. Ahmed, why is it that you always rate Marshall, but he doesn't rate you?
I do rate him. I was about to rate him.
Listen, in the stream, Dave. In the stream, Dave.
Yeah, I'm ending the stream. I'm ending the stream. All right.
I can't believe it's 1:30. I don't know what we're doing.
Don't give me the I can't believe. I just told you why it happened. You have 3 hours of evidence to look at it, okay? And then you can believe it.
I swear to God.
Ladies and gents.
I swear to God, for a quicker show tomorrow, Chelsea better fucking win. I swear to God right now. If they lose or draw, I swear.
Oh, Marshall, are you saying these people are ruining your channel?
Shut up. Just take him out. Just take him out. Put him backstage.
All right. I'm ending the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Casually FC. I appreciate every single one of you joining in. I appreciate every single one of the panel joining in. I hope you guys enjoyed our predictions. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure if you came in through Ahmed's raid, by the way, big up the Bridge 258. Check out the channel in the link in the description. Go support, show him some love. And if you did come in from his raid, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. We're on our way to 3K subscribers, and we're very, very close. I haven't even kept track of the count. I'll tell you guys tomorrow after the match review, which will be back here after Crystal Palace. Hopefully, it's a win for Chelsea. And then from there, I think we'll be back maybe Wednesday or maybe Monday. I don't know yet. Probably Wednesday. But yeah, ladies and gents, if you haven't done so already, do check out the links in the description as well. Ahmed's channel is there. We got Winter Surfer's Twitter. We have Prime's Twitter as well and his TikTok. Leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on everything that happened in today's show, our predictions, your thoughts on that. And last but not least, be sure to check out the memberships. We have 4 different tiers starting at 99p. And if you are a member at the proper casual tier and higher level, you get shout outs at the end of every show, and that's going to go out to DHL, B-Man, Adam CFC, Gabriel A, Skirmish, EE, Uncle Gesture FC, Hassan Nawaz, Will, Dark, Adrian A, Solomon, and Scott. Thank you so much for the unsurmounting support from everyone, as well as all of our other members as well. And that being said, no one to raid. Everyone is done because, we just went on for so long that everyone did not want to wait for us to finish our stream. So that being said, ladies and gents, appreciate you being here. We'll see you tomorrow for the match review against Crystal Palace. And as always, stay casual. Have a good night. Peace.